Yes, sir. Welcome back to Suited and Booted. I'm your host, Jerome. To my left.
Lord Mahazi.
To my right.
GD, Gavin Denise.
And further right, he was scared because he didn't have an acronym, but I'm going to give one for him.
What is it?
I don't really have one, but he's Rash's best mate.
Is that an acronym?
Yeah. And he is the man behind Unlaced Podcast, one of the best sports podcasts in this country. Mr. Jake Barker-Daish. Let's give him a round of applause.
I feel like, bro, you do have an acronym.
JBD. Yeah, I thought,
JBD.
he set himself up for that. But anyway.
Yeah, but it's not that good.
We've had a podcast before a podcast. You know what's my initials.
But you know
That's what I'm saying. You could. I feel like I could
Lord
give you-
Mahazi. I haven't knighted myself over
That's
here.
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
it's hard to top.
Like
Yeah.
I can't lie. GD shit.
And it's self-proclaimed.
What's yours?
I don't have one.
Like, so how can you...
Do you know what's funny about me?
living in glass houses over there.
On every single social media app, my name is Jerome Karloff.
It is, yeah.
Oh, that's a flex.
Is that
though.
how you say
That's
your
a
last
flex.
name?
Well, not how Arabs say it, but that's how I've Aussie-fied it.
Well, how
What's the
weird
Arab
is...
one?
Wait, isn't your thing Jerome Music or
Yeah.
some weird shit?
Oh, that was no. When I was trying to
Your
be a
main
TikTok,
account.
when I was trying to be a TikTok star, I said, you know what? What are the two things I like most? Music and football. So I'm going to do Jerome.music and Jerome.football. Just turns out
Did
that
you
I
have a football one?
Yeah, but it turns out that I just like accidentally posted one of my Dino videos on the music thing, and then it sort of went crazy. So now I'm like I don't know.
Organisation is not your strong point.
Never has been.
It just hasn't realised.
Never has been. How you been, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just living a life now that's different to the past. I was working full time. Now I'm kind of like figuring out what I want to do next. So I kind of think of going like all in on content and stuff. It's a bit of a different change of speed.
Preaching to the choir there. Shit, sounds exactly what I'm trying to do. But I guess I don't even know where to start with you because there's so many aspects. But I was speaking to Rash beforehand. We're doing a little bit of not research, but a little bit of
If Rashid did research on me, that is taking
hold on.
It wasn't research. It wasn't research. I was just like, so tell me a bit about Jake. And he goes, oh, bro.
I was just telling him, you got stories, you got things that
there's
people
a lot.
probably
Yeah.
don't know. And you know what? Because you did the podcast with Seb interviewing you.
Yeah.
To be fair, we probably should have watched that.
Is Seb like his Jamie?
Well, Seb was like a best mate of mine and Rashid's growing up, and his dad was like a AFL assistant coach for like Collingwood and played in the AFL. And Seb was like real sporty, and we were kind of like soccer guys, but Seb played cricket and footy, and we just kind of migrated in the same team. So Seb kind of grew up with us. Yeah. And then Seb ended up playing like professional cricket. He was in like the Big Bash and stuff. So he ended up having like a pretty good career. And then I lived with his dad when I played in Adelaide. So we were quite close. But he said to me, like 20 episodes in, he's like, well, I need to interview you. And I'm like, I haven't done this to promote myself. But then after 100 episodes, people are like, the fuck's this guy getting all these people? And like,
Who's this random guy?
what's his value to the, you know?
Yeah.
So then that's when the 100th were like, yeah, he can interview
Actually,
me.
you know what?
yeah,
I did
bro.
watch that, but that was what? 5 months ago, 6 months ago?
Nah, over a year ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Maybe.
okay.
Or a year ago.
Yeah, so he ended up, Seb interviewed Jake with
So
his story.
Right.
So
That's good
that
you did your
people could-
research though, man.
Yeah.
It's all up here. I've seen it 100 times. Yeah. So let's go back to the start though, because there's one particular thing I want to talk about with your football career. Talk to us about your juniors. Where were you playing? How was it? What was the climate like?
The climate.
The climate back then.
Like the weather.
Not the weather.
Do you know what? Do you actually how funny it is? This is how I met Rashid. So my first team was 3 doors down, Monash City. And I genuinely think, like this might sound, I genuinely think it's because his dad was black and my mum was black that we ended up becoming friends. Because like, I was quite a energetic kid, to like put it in a nice way. Like I was a bit of a nutcase.
Yeah.
And soccer was the first sport I could join. And we signed up at the club that was 3 doors down from my house. And my mum and his dad, my mum said that Abdul was the first person that she saw, and he was like waving to her to like come register. This is back when it was like $100 to play, by the way.
Oh, nice.
You didn't have to like fork out a mortgage or something.
Yeah.
And then from there we ended up playing in the same team. And Rashid, at the time, I think he lived in close to Oakley, but then he moved like 3 streets from my house. Probably like within a year or two.
God, you two would have been running amok. Three houses down.
Shout out Monash City.
Yeah, Monash City.
City, early
two
doors,
little
which is
shits.
Monash Villarreal.
Villarreal,
Which is road.
I would have loved that. I would have loved
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a flex playing for Villarreal. But
See.
Yeah, we played there as kids, and it was just like it was a fun environment. We had a pretty good team. Like we didn't really lose much, but I wouldn't say we were like Rashid was probably like he would dribble the whole team and score. I
honestly don't remember.
Yeah, you and Jason Rashid were like probably the play. I was just kind of making. That was the age above me as well. So. My dad I'd play air guitar on the wing and shit. My dad threatened to like pull me out.
Air guitar on the wing, that's sick. That's a mad celebration, not even for a goal, just cause, for a pass.
But it was like, what I remember of Monash was like back then, particularly playing the shit, it was like where everyone just followed the ball.
Yeah. Oh, you love that.
So it was like, there wasn't much football to it. And then around the time it started to get a bit more serious was when you went to Box Hill.
Yep.
And then, we hated him for that.
Yep.
I don't know, were we still friends through that period?
I don't know. I do remember a game, like I said this to you the other day, that I scored 5 against Monash City playing for Box Hill.
Okay, so
I was crying after it.
And
apparently, I found that out the other week when we saw Jason.
Yeah. I do have somewhat of a memory of trying to celebrate in front of the coach or something like that.
Yeah. It's funny because I did the exact same thing 2 years later, but then I went. So then when he left, I swore I thought I went back to my age group.
So what age? When did you start or stop playing an age up?
I reckon I went probably under 12s. It's actually fucking crazy what happened in under 12s. So under 12s, the coach made me captain and we won the whole league. So we won the Super League back then.
Well, under 13D champions.
Yeah. Super League back then was like a big deal. It was like the
Southeast.
Sick. Yeah, Southeast was like, it was fucking war. And then the top 2 teams would play off like the West and South or whatever. Yep. But then I remember leaving to go to Box Hill. And bro, I remember my mum, I still haven't seen this email, but my mum got the coach sent an email around like, not like threatening words, but essentially like making a big deal that I was moving clubs to Box Hill. And there was like all this like hatred in the email. And I was like 11 years old. And then we ended up playing them similar to Rashid. And it was like this massive rivalry. Like on MySpace, everyone was like putting out like threats and shit like back then.
Fuck you, Lord.
I still remember all of that.
Bro, I remember actually your mum telling me this story.
Yeah. Remember you could have top friends
there was a fight in the club rooms, like all this sort of stuff. I was like...
Wait, you're 11?
Well, under 12s, might have been 12, because when I went to Box Hill, it was under 13.
So you were 12 years old and there was online beef on MySpace before a local derby?
Yeah, 100%. And I found out years later, Marcus Schoen told us that the coach told the train, like, green light on Jake. Anyone that can get him.
They put a hit on your head at 12?
Yeah, 12, 13.
Hey,
they put a bounty on you.
This happened the other week. This is maybe 3 months ago now. There was a club local within the Victorian junior system. I won't name names because I actually don't remember. But the coach put on the board $10 for the first crunch, $20 for the second crunch, $30, all this stuff.
Like, I would just time the third crunch then. Who's going first for that?
Do I clap? Nah, I better not clap.
Clap for what, bro? What? No, hold on.
How old are they?
I think it was under 15s or something that ended up in a punch-on.
Okay, I don't like that. We're not condoning that.
Can you actually tell us the story of that's nowhere near the worst thing that happened at a junior game for him.
Oh, Knox City?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. Man, this actually no wonder minds were fucked as a young kid. But this is actually crazy because it was just an under 11 game. You must have left.
I wasn't there, yeah.
Yeah, so you left under 10s. Then I played under 11s 1 year without you, and then I went the year above or whatever. But we played Knox City at Monash's ground. And it's funny because Jackson Irvine was playing for Knox. We were both playing an age above. And I just remember I was playing on the wing and some parent kept like coming out like 10 meters onto the field and stuff. I remember like dodging him a few times. And he was yelling at the ref or yelling at plays. And I didn't see what happened, but one of our dads, or one of the dads, I should say, God rest his soul, Harry Miles, found out he passed away. But he went and said something, and all I remember is the game getting called off because he got stabbed with an umbrella. So it made Channel 9 News everything, bro. But the game got called off. We were inside, like parents and stuff were crying. I remember us walking out, and they were like, ironically, holding umbrellas up, so like we couldn't see the stab of the umbrella in the guy's back.
Oh, wait, so it was inserted into his back?
Still to this day, we spoke about it last week for the first time in ages because we forgot. We were at one of Rashid's football academy sessions and like one of the players was there and we're like, how do you get stabbed with an umbrella? Like,
yeah, it's blunt.
But yeah, it made
Channel 9 feel like it was something to do with he pulled it back or something and the little spikes.
Oh, those thin ones.
Oh, like bro, it was big dramas, yeah.
But yeah, that's an under 11.
All because you were playing air guitar on the wing.
No,
That's fucked, bro. Hey, Knox, calm down.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was beef with Knox for ages.
So, word pon the street is that you're a bit of a wonder kid.
Word pon?
Word pon.
I don't know about that.
No, let's go with it. When did you, or when were you told, or when did you discover, or whatever, that, okay, I've got a bit of talent here, I could make something of myself?
So my best sports growing up were cricket and AFL, for sure.
Oh, really?
Up until 12, yeah. Like, they were the ones that I was more invested in. Soccer, I enjoyed as much as them, but I wasn't as good. Like, I'd go play with those two sports, and I'd probably be, like, one of the better players.
Yep.
Until I went to my own age group at Monash, then I started to, like, obviously playing above an age, like, you could see that made a difference. But I just, through the primary schools, Vic primary schools, that was the first state team I ever made, which had like 5,000 kids try out and they picked 15.
Which is what? Under 12s?
Under 12s, yeah.
Yeah, I failed at that.
Which like is a crazy, like I put up the photo a few times, but it had Jamie McLaren, Curtis Good, Jackson Irvine, Urson Kai also played for the Young Socceroos. So it had like five professionals, 4 Young Socceroos and 3 Socceroos.
Yeah, your 93 borns were strong, huh?
Yeah, we had a really good age group.
I went to school with Curtis Good. He was fucked at school.
Yeah, man, Curtis was like, he was probably arguably the best player back then. But so when I made that, then I was like, I kind of felt like I was pretty good.
Yeah.
But then I went to the national tournament and we won it. But I felt like I was like below the level. Like Tom Rodgick was playing for ACT, Terry Antonis, Mr. Firmino playing for New South Wales. And they were like Europe ready, bro. Like technique, touches, dribbling people in and out of tight circles, all this stuff. And I was like, I thought I could just take like mad set pieces or something. Like I didn't really influence games.
Yeah.
So then that's when I left that tournament and I was just like, would train every day, pretty much every day by myself or with Daniel or with the club that I would train at. There wasn't like a day free where I wasn't doing like ball work or some sort of like activity like that.
So where'd you go from there then?
Well, then pretty much I moved to Box Hill, and Box Hill, in Rashid's reason for moving, was probably took like, they were probably a cut above in regards to like junior development. Yeah. Like all the best players, even players from the West.
Was it Box Hill Inter then?
Box Hill Inter, yeah. It was the biggest mistake they ever had was not having a senior team. Because otherwise, like, the club probably would still be there.
Yeah. That is
but,
odd.
yeah, they ended up being like the best option for me to go to, and they just had a really good coach. They had a coach, Lee Samorkas, who was playing in the NPL at the time, and yeah, just went there, and it kind of gradually started to build. I guess.
Was there? Do you remember people saying to you, "You're going to make it. You're the best player." Do you remember that kind of? Because I asked the question because I'm around a lot of decent young players, right? And there's constantly this discussion of like, is it a good thing to tell players how good they are, and is it a bad thing, or what does it do to does it make them overly confident and they start to disregard the things they need to do? Do you remember periods or like moments where people were saying things like that to you and influencing you in any way?
I'm probably sure there was, but the way I look at it is like when I was in under 12s, we had a day off. This is crazy as well. Terry Antonis, this is like, I won't go into his like personal life or anything, but Terry back then, like I was like, Terry to me was like a bit of an idol, someone to get up to, because like by 10 years old, he was on like he was in an Adidas training camp with Beckham. Yeah. He was like videos of him juggling a squash ball. Then I went and played him at nationals in futsal before the outdoor.
I was there. I remember.
Yeah, and he scored a goal. He scored one free kick with a right foot, and it clipped my ear and went top corner.
Yep.
And in futsal, right, the goals are small, and I'm like, fuck. And then the ref goes, "Oh, you got to wait for my whistle." And I was like, "Oh, good." Then he takes 2 steps the other way and gets ready with his left foot. I'm like, the fuck? Hits my other ear, goes top corner. And I'm like, this kid's a technical genius. And I remember when I was there, like, I remember his dad was going off at him for having like 28 touches in a game. Like conversation and language wasn't apparent to me in sport.
What does that even mean?
Well, like he wasn't involved, you know? And he's probably the most gifted player there. So on the rest day we had at that tournament, Terry wasn't at like the group activity where we'd like, as all the teams, we came in and had a big talk. Yeah. His dad drove him back to Sydney to have a training session. So my mind started to shift with like the level of what I've got to get to. But to your point, I remember Dane's dad, how do you ever say his name? Milanovic. Yeah, Dane Milanovic. His dad, Milo, came and spoke to us, and he must have been like in the FFA or something, doing something like that. But he told us like statistically one of you will make it from each team, which is funny because we had 4 professionals in ours.
Yeah.
But every time like someone said that, every kind of year I went like pretty much from under 13, 14, 15, I captained every state team. But when I went in the VIS, every bracket I moved into, there was like players that were so good.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, not everyone can make it. So never in my head was it like...
Wait, you captained 3 state teams in a row?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were a wonder kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well...
I don't know if that makes a wonder kid captain a state team.
Look, I just want to say that because it's a big topic in football at the moment where either... And I want to speak to Gavin about this as well because Gavin was the wonder kid of the Southeast. For his age anyway.
Did that affect you at all? Like,
I think the best thing for me was when I did the first trip to Argentina. Because here it was like I was under 13s and I had to train with Rashid and Chris and all of them because the level was too easy at 13, you know? And then when I went to River and I was with, you know, like Chino Martinez, there's 4 boys that now are playing in the national team.
wow.
You know? And
It's like a reality check.
yeah, the 96 boys, probably 10 of them made it out of the 30 boys that I was with. Full La Liga, Serie A, and all of that. And at 13, when you see that standard, obviously you don't know that they're going to make it. But the difference between the kids here in Australia was ridiculous. Like, there was no way I could do what I wanted to do in what I was doing in Australia compared to them.
Yeah, but Gav, like here, and everyone, like you didn't even know I knew you existed for like 10 years.
Yeah.
No, more, like
under
15
12,
years.
Under 12s, before it went to Super League, I'd scored 50 goals in 17 games.
Yeah, okay.
And
So
it was
can
like
I...
I don't think that does.
Do you know what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah.
Well, so can I ask
So
you,
that,
for
for
example...
me, it was just too easy at that stage.
So can I ask you, right? So when you use the word wonder kid,
Yeah.
basically you're using a word that other people were calling you guys, not what you necessarily
course.
felt about yourself, right?
What-
No,
Well,
they're not going to say I'm a wonder kid.
Yeah, right. So
you're
it's what other people are saying.
Depends
Oh,
what you said to me on the field.
So it's like what other people, particularly
Yeah.
adults or other kids, are saying about you, right? Did you feel like that?
Well, I
what
just
did you
remember.
feel like?
I remember at that stage between 12 and 13, before I'd actually made the move, I could basically do anything in the game, you know. And
Did you feel like you were the best young player in the Southeast in your age?
100%.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
That's what people were saying anyway.
like-
You don't even have to say that.
And now my question is, now that I'm coaching, is when I see kids that I coach now, and they're apparently, you know, they're the new kid in town, it's hard for me to see the difference because a lot of my thing was like, I would just train more than everyone else, which just made me better, you know?
Yeah.
And then when they're like, yeah, he's the kid now, like he's the wonder kid of today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's not doing what he needs to be doing.
Yeah. So this is
you know?
Sorry.
And there's Rash, till today, there's only one boy that I've trained that I go, yeah, he's gonna make it.
But
Yeah.
see, I never used to respect people's telling me that stuff because the higher and higher I got, the less people would say
Yes.
that to people. Like, even if they know the sport well enough that there's so many variations of what can happen in a career. And there's an element of luck involved too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
'Cause- and I guess I asked the question because from my perspective, knowing you guys, especially at a young age, I remember people saying that and talking about you in that way, but I never remember that ever affecting your intensity and discipline to try to improve, try to get better. I like you in Argentina, I remember clearly.
Yeah.
And you, obviously, every day we would train together, we would do stuff. So it was like, I never seen from my side, you guys, okay, I'll take my foot off the gas just because I'm the best or whatever. But I was wondering I guess from your side.
I think for me, especially when I was younger, it was sort of, okay, they're saying that, now I've got to maintain it. That was my mentality.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't like, because obviously it's nice when you get complimented and it's nice when people say how good you are. So I was like, in my head was like, I got to keep this up because if I drop off, then they're going to be like, what the hell happened? You know?
Yeah. So what about, like, when you would play games as a junior, would you feel nervous before the game or you're like,
so
I can do
confident,
anything?
so
How about you?
confident.
Can't remember. I get nervous before like big games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like
nationals and stuff like that.
Nationals,
you remember feeling-
nationals. I remember being always nervous. So I can't remember. Yeah, Super League games. There were some games that were like dead rubbers, man, before they even started. So
Was there any situations, big situations, where you underperformed? where you were supposed to be on? And one of the ones that people are looking to?
Yeah. Do you know what? So I remember, so this is like what I say, like when people give me compliments and stuff, I didn't really believe it because so I was the youngest player in the VIS at that point when they had like 8 people in the Joeys. Like such a good age group, the age group above me and then the age group above them, which I think Brian Brown was in that class, like Fabio Delizia, Rudy Saglam, all these guys, Alex De Boer, Klim Tzeski. So I was like on a training scholarship. And I remember I went to the under-15 nationals and, bro, we came like 5th or 6th. We were supposedly supposed to have a team to win it. And I remember just not playing that well. But because I got a scholarship into the VIS to play that year, we were the reserves for the AIS. And I don't think I probably did some good games, but like as a whole for where I was at that level, like I probably could have dominated. And I didn't, but then I somehow still got picked for the AIS. But I remember thinking like, fuck. Like, I didn't play good there. Like, our whole team didn't, but still. I think we lost to Tasmania in that, like, a 5th and 6th playoff. That's how bad we did. So...
Nice.
Which back then, like, Nationals is like the UEFA Champions League.
Can I ask you, you talked about Terry's dad. What were your... I've never asked you this. What were your parents like through those periods? And what things, I guess, would you say helped you? And what things would you say, that was like hard to deal with?
Well, my dad was like a helicopter dad when I played cricket because he knew cricket, as you know. He was like, bro, if you didn't have your shirt tucked in, he would like yell out at you and shit. And like sometimes if I didn't throw the ball back to him on the full, he would like try to take my head off like when he was giving me a throw down. But because he didn't know soccer, he would just stand. He would like literally he despised a lot of the parents at soccer that would like were so invested because he just couldn't understand it. Even though he was that when he was doing cricket.
Yeah, right.
So he'd never say much, which helped, I think. Like, because I was kind of so intense already on it that I didn't need someone else's voice in there. And then I can't really remember what my mum was like, but I just remember my mum was like, yeah, she was pretty, like, she's very firm, very strict and disciplined. So, like, I would wake up at like 6 a.m. to like stretch and stuff because I was like, people would say I was too slow or something. So she would be the one that would wake me up, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
that's cool. I didn't know that.
So you're doing all these wonderful things, making all the state teams, VIS, AIS. Then you go to Altona. Altona was, so when I was on the half scholarship at the VIS, which means you just train. Yep.
You have to play for a team. And I was 14, but like Gab said, playing at that level, like it wasn't, like probably wasn't enough. So I was on the border of like maybe I could go play under 21 somewhere.
At 14?
Yeah, which to me was going to be like, that's going to be a tough level. Yeah. Physically, it's going to be tough. Technically, no. Physically, it's going to be like, I'm still a kid, my body. But I played probably half a season there. And bro, I played all right. I went to George Lambertarides, were in an Altona Magic team with a coach that I just remember him saying, goals pay the rent. Just kept saying that all day. Like proper, it was a bit weird.
Yeah, he's a wog.
But then, how'd that change? So it's like well heralded now because of all these podcasts, but the under-15s team were in the Man U Cup and they'd made like the final stage of Victoria. So they had a semi-final and a final and they asked if I can come back and play. So I did. I think I scored in the semi-final and then we played Green Gully, this like half the other state team in the final. And I scored 2 and we won to go to like the national tournament. And then the senior coach was there and he gave me a senior cap. Like the next week I played for the seniors. And then it was the day after that the VIS gave me a full scholarship. So like then I went back to playing.
Were you shitting yourself before the seniors call it?
Yeah, bro.
So
I still to this day, the first male cock I'd ever seen bar my own was still to this day the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life. So I've never ever, bro, imagine me, I have barely hit puberty.
It's a big topic.
So I've seen Ronaldo.
Bro. No. So, bro, I was already nervous. Then I'd seen this guy come out with a forearm, like casually having a chat to me.
Yep.
Like, no, I swear I hadn't had a pube or like chest hair grow.
Yeah, we spoke about this last week.
I genuinely, yeah, bro. But Altona won the championship that year. So the team they had was like, fuck, man, they're ex-Socceroos and shit. So I was nervous just to be in that change room.
You know what? I was in the crowd. I had broken my toe that year. I was in the crowd when he had his debut. So
you kicked your cupboard.
Yeah. So I had on my Motorola or what it was.
Microwave. Bro, this guy, I swear to God, it is so unbelievable his career that he had because there was probably a 4-year period where he had some of the most like stupidest injuries.
The Neymar injuries.
Like kick the fucking microwave 6 months. Like stuff like that, like just happening. And his personality, if you knew him,
Bro, I actually remember. I have a clear, vivid memory of me. You know, for some reason I'd been injured, so I didn't have a team, and then I wasn't at a club, blah blah blah. And I was doing this weird training regime where I was like running around Duncan McKinnon or something. And I remember you standing in my room and me telling you my training regime. And I remember you just going, "Oh, that's mad," and me feeling like sounds fun.
The race course at Duncan McKinnon.
Yeah, just like I'm training by myself and like running around and just doing weird.
What, was I trying to downplay that? Was I trying to downplay that?
Yeah, you were trying to be nice. Like, I just remember because you do the really,
Yeah,
like
you
where
serious?
you can
He's
tell
good
he's
at
not
catching
listening
me. I don't. I think I've got I've been diagnosed with ADHD.
Okay.
He's always told me. He's the one guy that will always tell me, Jake, you're not listening, or Jake, like, did you even hear what I just said to you? Because like I generally I probably haven't. But credit to him, ever since I was a kid, has always called me out on it.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. Yeah.
Can I just say,
yeah.
how crazy is it that Jake had to play as a 14-year-old under 21s for him to be at least competitive?
Yeah.
Or, you know? And
yeah.
I was, when he was saying that, I was just thinking, imagine being, let's just say in Europe or South America or those countries, you could never do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
And
Unless-
I'm telling you, not to blow my own trumpet by any stretch, but like 21s now is like so bad.
oh yeah, I know.
Back then it was tough.
It was rough.
There was
yeah,
good
yeah.
players, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, even up until you would have been playing, like, probably in that, like, the last 10 years, like, 10 years it's dropped off. But back then, it was a good level.
Well, I remember
So-
I would do under 12s, under 14s, under 18s
Yeah,
on the Sunday.
Yeah.
What?
And that was good for me, you know?
Yeah, you love
and it was like
football.
18s, and it was
Yeah, I
like,
remember
okay, I could play one touch, move around, you know?
You absolutely love football. 3 games in a day.
Did you ever play 13D? No, okay. All right, so that's crazy. I didn't know that. So then,
Can someone check whether that is still the youngest senior cap?
I don't think it. I think I was, and then he gave it to another kid like a year later who would have been around the same age.
Oh, really?
But I was
14?
Yeah,
I've never heard of.
That's
that.
why people are like, bro, why don't you still play in the NPL? And I'm like, bro, I played it when I was 4, like, as a joke.
Yeah, been there, done
Played
that.
it 17 years ago, bro.
There was. I was at an Oakley game once where there was a 14-year-old keeper on the
But
bench.
you know what's crazy?
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
at
when
Melbourne
I
City
went
now.
back,
Yeah,
I went
he's a
back,
good
I went back and watched the final, and yeah, they won the final that year. They beat Melbourne Knights. Carl
Yeah, so
Reckios.
it's not even a weak team. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that was why I was like, fuck, that was
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool,
To
yeah.
look back
So
on now.
how'd you end up at Gold Coast then?
I was at the AIS for 2 years in between that.
So you're still at the AIS training, and then what? Gold Coast just how does it work? Do they just come raid the AIS?
Hold on. Sorry, before we jump to Gold Coast, can you tell us about AIS? Because a lot of people don't really even know what that was.
Oh
at
yeah,
the moment.
give us a
And-
breakdown of
and
what
how-
AIS is.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much. So I could be getting a bit of this wrong, but so the AIS started because it's built around gold medals. So Australia had a shit Olympics in like the 70s or 80s. I don't know, where we didn't win a gold medal. And then the Prime Minister at the time was like, fuck that. Like, we want to be a competitive nation. So started taking taxpayers' money and built the Australian Institute of Sport, where like it was built to be the best athletes of each sport training and living there to win gold medals. Somehow the football program in like the late 80s or 90s like was built into a development program for the Socceroos, which like served its purpose, right? So when I went there, like we were the first age group that wasn't 17 and 18, because just before I'd gone there, the 17 and 18-year-olds would fly down and play in the NPL.
Yeah.
And the VIS were their reserves. They'd play, and they were competitive for like the first half of the year, and then the good players would get poached to the A-League, and then they'd drop down the ladder. But so when I went there, we were 15 and 16. So we were like kids. So all those boys that had been playing at the Nationals were like the best players were there, and then the age above me that I'd like in the Joey's age,
A
essentially
total of how many kids?
30 or 20, 27, 28 from the 1 to 28 was our numbers. But yeah, so I think it's a bigger conversation now of like, why isn't that still around? But I'll tell you why I think it was awesome is when I went there, I remember the first day of training, they're like, oh, we're training out on the pitch at 4:30. And you walk down there, and as soon as you get there, you look at the sign, and it's like a street name, and it's called like the Mark Viduka Walk. And you're like, fuck, man, like legends have like played and trained here. So you kind of already had that inspiration, but just the whole facilities, man. You'd live on residence, you'd have full-time chefs, you'd go to like a public school where they take you to and from the bus, you'd have physio, massage, like anything you ever wanted at your doorstep. But it was like at the same time, 15, 16, you just completely lost like all your social life.
What was the atmosphere like in terms of, were you boys running amok in there? Like,
yeah, absolutely. But like we were just like more like we'd get knocks on the doors being like, quiet down, because like the swimmer's got to wake up in like 5 hours to go for a like swim, and we're like playing like the last match of FIFA.
Who cares
like,
about swimming?
Come on, man, I got to beat this guy, you know.
Like,
we
can all swim.
We were a bit like that, you know, a bit disrespectful, but also we had no idea. We were 15, 16 out of home.
Yeah, that's normal.
And how many?
And the ego would have been
living in a camp, like a camp essentially.
And how many times were you training a day?
We were probably, I'd say, always one. We would usually have 1 day off a week, but some days it would be one, but usually most days were doubles.
Yeah. And who was the coach at that time?
Jan Verslaan was the coach, who was coach of the Joeys and the 20s as well.
Okay.
So he was like, yeah.
And then can you reel off some names of who you were in that with?
Yeah.
Players?
Mustafa Amini, Adam Taggart, Curtis Good, Ryan Edwards. I'll go the age group above first, actually, I should. Some of the age group above didn't really kick on, but they were like
my age, huh?
Yeah, your age was like, fuck, man. When we went in, like, because I still look at those guys as like they were like superior because they were older than us, and they were like better players. But like Trent Sainsbury was there, Karim Bullitt, who was a top player.
damn, Karim Bullitt.
Yeah, there was, I don't know if there's too many. I'm trying to think of ones that went on to A-League. Sam Galloway was there. He played a bit of A-League.
Yeah. Kamal was there.
Yeah, Kamal was there. Dardo Lokvancic was there.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. For the VIS team we had like one of the strongest institutes. We won every institute challenge. Only 3 of us got picked. Which like, Peter Franjic, Bailey Wright, James Jago, all these players didn't get picked. That probably should.
When did the AIS stop? Was it like 2018
It was recent.
or something?
But do you know what?
17?
Hey, I've got a hypothesis on this, right? Because I don't know if it was funding and there's a lot of money and this whole gold medal discussion and boys being little shits might have been the reason. But for people that question it, the AIS was the reason the cattle of the group that went to the last 5 World Cups in this country were majority from the AIS. So I'm interested to see how we go now going into like the European system with academies, which I actually kind of think is good. I just don't think we have the quality to be able to do that, to divide it as much in Australia, because we've got smaller population. And as Gav said, like, you need to put the best players with the best players, and it makes a big difference.
Did you, when you got there, did you think, wow, training's different, everything, coaches different, was it a shock to you? Like, this is incredible?
Yeah, a little bit, but credit to Ian Greeno at VIS. VIS, I was training guys like 2 years older than me. I remember Stevie Hatzikostas once. He hit me so hard that I was crying, and my shin pad had gone around the back into my here.
Damn, the reverse.
Like, there was like, I was nervous. I was more nervous going to VIS training than I was AIS. Because VIS, I used to catch 2 trains. Not many people would speak to me. I was on a train on scholarship. I was a young kid still, like, didn't have like my personality. But AIS, like, had new people. We played at nationals. And then it was really only one age group above.
So would you say that if you just had to give a blunt answer, would Australia produce better players with an AIS and a VIS system or academy system?
Well, I think the proof will be in the pudding, obviously, but
it's early.
But like, there was no need to change it.
Yeah, okay.
Because we've gone to 5 World Cups as a country with 25 million.
So you don't know why they changed it?
I think there's some of the reasons that I may have mentioned.
Okay.
But ultimately, it's a lot of money for one scholarship, and where you can only win 1 gold medal, whereas like you can pay for 1 athlete that can win 4.
Well, what's the money? Do you know? How much?
About like $100K a scholarship, maybe.
A year?
Yeah.
I suppose, you're living there, you're getting fed.
Taxpayers' money too, right? So, but I also think it was a footballing decision. I don't think it was like a government political kind of push. I think that was an FFA-driven potential agenda to have more academies.
Can we get a list up of the players that went through AIS to go on to have decent careers? Is that possible?
Jamie?
I'm wondering, like,
Well, put it this way. My thing was John was saying a lot of people smashed him because like we got smacked in the World Cup, but he 75% at least were turned pro.
Well, a lot of the ones that you just said went on to have decent careers.
All of them.
And then I'm asking, and
The age group below. I mean, the age group below that came in: Paul Izzo, Jesse Macarunas, Connor Chapman, Jason Gary. He's in my age group. Corey Brown, Miloš Degenek. There was loads, man. But I'm talking even older. Like I'm talking older generations as well. Yeah, there was some really good gens. I mean, like there was like talking early 2000s.
Yeah.
People that were at the AIS, early 90s people at the AIS. Like Lucas Neal was there.
Yeah, that generation, I wonder what,
all these guys are there. But yes.
Isn't it funny how, like, well, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. I don't know why I was saying that. But you didn't go through that route at all. I'm more interested in, well, obviously this is very interesting, but it's more interesting your case and the fewer, like the smallest percentage of players that make it without going through like a VIS or an AIS.
Well, his is even smaller, right? Because, so for instance, Jamie McLaren should have gone to the AIS.
Yeah.
Didn't. Jackson Irvine just stopped getting picked in state teams after the first one.
Did he? I didn't realise he wasn't in the state team.
No, probably. So those guys, back then, the only thing you could do, and this might have been, you guys might have experienced it, right?
Yeah,
I did. Go overseas. Because like if you're not in the institutions here, your best bet's to go to the UK, or these guys experienced, they went to Argentina. So Jamie went to like Blackburn Rovers, Jackson went to Celtic. And funny, those the two clubs that I had like offers from as a kid. Yeah.
How old were you?
Not offers, but like if I wanted to go, I could have like gone.
Yeah. Why didn't you?
I had the primary school same Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, they must have had scouts here. They must have had like scouts out here. Blackburn had a family connection. Celtic one, I don't know where that came from. But like Jackson ended up going there. So I think there was a scout in Melbourne.
Well, actually, I saw a stat the other day about the English national team at the moment. I think every single one of them were in an academy by 9 years old or something like that. Yeah. Identified by 9 years old.
Even now, even now, this is why the women's game's getting so good in the Premier League. Is because they're all been in an academy from like 12, 13 now. So they're touching the ball every day. But his case is unique because he was in the NPL. And the A-League at that time, I don't know if they do it as much now, but they were giving more trialists a go, like essentially from the NPL. Yeah. Now I don't know if that would happen.
I don't think so. Well, just because they have their academies now, bro. Yeah. Because they have their younger academies, they're essentially saying, I think what they're thinking now is the catchment or the amount of times they're looking is so frequent that they shouldn't really be missing anyone. Yeah. We shouldn't have to be going to NPL. We would have seen them by now, kind of thing.
You know how I see it, and I'm quite interested. I'm not sure about in Sydney and all the other states, but in Melbourne, right, the three, Melbourne City, Melbourne Victory, and Western United, they're not playing NPL 1, right? And there's a lot of boys that are younger ages that are playing NPL, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, that are playing, for your Thunders, for your Dandy Cities, for your Avondales. But they're not in the squad. But then they've got boys that are playing, in their youth teams for Melbourne Victory, Western United and Cities that are playing either NPL 2 or NPL 3. And I always have discussion with the parents saying, okay, if your kid is at that age, that ripe age of 17, 18, and he's getting offers to play NPL for your NPL 1 teams, do that, The boys that should be getting gigs, like for me, if I'm an academy coach, I want my boys that are playing for the under 21s winning the NPL 1 to even be like, okay, I can walk into the senior squad. That's how I see it because they should be winning the NPL league. It should be NPL 1, Western United, Melbourne City.
Do you reckon?
100%.
Isn't that? But this might be.
That should be the best youth.
But this might be stupid of me to say. Does that mean that the Chelsea 23 should win the championship? I know it's different. It's different. But do you think?
Jake just said he was a 14-year-old playing under 21s at Altona.
He's a fucking wonder kid. That's why.
Right? There should be enough. We should be able to produce enough kids that there should be 21 kids that can win the NPL 1.
So let me get this straight. Just for a TikTok snippet. Gavin, you're telling me that a 21's A-League team should win NPL 1.
100%. If they want to be competing with Rashid when he was at Victory as a 24-year-old and he wants to compete with Rashid in the midfield, then they should be winning the NPL games.
Fair enough. You know more than me.
Has anyone ever gone close to doing that?
No.
Never.
No.
Why? Because
I'm not sure about in the Sydney leagues if they're in.
why aren't they? Why is there such a gap then in the league in that?
Well,
step?
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Is that there's a lot of
physicality, right? Obviously.
right. There's a lot of boys that are playing NPL
But it's
2.
the same when the AIS used to come to the NPL. The AIS used to be on top. Like I remember by like Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
They were. Yeah. They
So
were
you're
like,
saying 17 or 18-year-olds? Or how
yeah,
old?
they were 17, 18. So they were,
Yeah.
but they were on. But then they're like the good players, like the top scorer of the league. I remember Jason Nidowski was on like 12 goals after how many games? Like 10 games in, they're on top. And then like Kofi Danning would get signed, Ryan Grant would get signed to
And then
Sydney,
the quality would go
Jason
down.
Nidowski, and then it's like the youth come in, and then they get squashed. Yeah.
So
But,
you're
like,
telling
back
me that a
then,
bunch
they-
of 17-year-olds were on top of the NPL?
So
They
at the
100,
moment,
they 100% were for when I was playing reserves for like the first 10 games. They were on top.
But to
They were
be
winning
fair,
it.
that's the best
But they
kids
had
in
men.
the country, not the...
They had Taj Minicon. They had like
That's
Kofi
like
Danning.
the Spain national team.
Yes.
Under 17's national
That's
team.
the difference.
Still, they probably wouldn't
At
beat
the moment-
the
Yeah.
conference team.
You're
Like,
exact. Yeah, you're right. That is.
Yeah.
It's like the junior national.
at the
team.
moment, you've got NPL 2, Melbourne Victory on top, Western United as a second, and Melbourne City are 8th as the NPL teams.
Some coach is getting sacked.
So I hope they do get promoted next year, and hopefully they can win it, because I think that's a big deal.
I think what you're
Because
saying is
what I'm
basically
saying-
the quality of NPL 2 is not good enough that...
So, Rashid, it's like this.
An elite team shouldn't be beating
For
everyone.
example, if you're playing NPL 2 and then the next week you're playing seniors in the A League,
So do they not do the
You know
national?
what I mean?
Yeah.
Do they not do the National Youth League no more?
No.
Or
That was good, huh?
NYL.
yeah, well, that's
yeah.
yeah.
mad.
That was sick, bro. That's
Yeah,
all
they
I
couldn't-
remember.
Can't afford it, bro. Can't afford it.
Well, then yeah, that's what do you expect's gonna happen?
So, Jake, you're a sick cunt for that AIS breakdown. Really good. Can see why you're a podcaster.
Was it good?
It was great.
Yeah,
These are some notable names. So, it's been around since the 80s, you said.
Maybe 70s, 80s.
So, we've got, these are a few that stick out to me. Frank Farina, Paul Trimboli, Craig Foster, Ned Zalic. You've got Craig Moore, Josip Skoko, John Aloisi, Viduka, Neil, Josip Shiminic, Brett Emerton, Gralla, everyone. Milostojovski, Bresh, Wilkshire, Kennedy, Valeri, Federici, Milligan, Cruz, Rukavica, Vidicic, Sporanovic, Sainsbury, Taggart, Deganek, everyone, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. But you know what? The
Muskie.
the only two that didn't, like the real standouts, was Kuhl and Cahill.
Yep.
They went overseas young.
Yeah,
they went
they were
overseas
gone.
young.
Everyone. Simon Colosimo, Jade North, Alex Bross, Matt Mackay. Bro.
Yeah, there'd be very
That's
few.
a pretty high
There'd be
success
rate.
there'd be very few people that went to the AIS that don't promote it in knowing Australian football.
and that I think that just shows when you put good competition together, you have success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The challenge is finding who do you play against.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because this
back
might sound
then-
stupid. All these good players go to the AIS. Who are you playing against?
Well, see, from when they moved the age group back, it worked because then we were in the National Youth League as a team. So we were playing under 21s, but at that like youth league level where you could drop 3 senior players down to get fitness.
So you would have won the league every year.
We were like, it was tough for us because we were playing like Sydney FC and they might have like a couple of senior players drop in. We'd go play Melbourne Victory.
sorry.
The youth league was strong,
We
but
would-
it was
we
young, strong.
We would, AIS,
good.
we would probably like be the better team watching on the eye, but we'd have naive mistakes. Like, it's centre back trying to play back to the keeper and then we cop a goal. Something like that. Paul Izzo always talks to me about it. He's going to hate me. 20 minutes into his first game, he was 15. He come out halfway, long ball over the top, come out to the half, like in between the halfway line and the box and just like fly kick some guy in the neck, got sent off. Nice. And I laughed at him the other day because now he's in Socceroos. I was like, fuck, man, I thought you were gone.
I thought you were finished.
I was like, who the fuck's this kid? But hey, Ron Corrie actually on him said that he was going to be as good as Mark Bosnich.
Wow.
He was a 70-year-old goalkeeping coach that had coached all the greats, and he was like, he's the next best kid in the country when Paul Izzo was coming through.
All right. We've got so much to get through, so I need to cut. Gold Coast United, AIS, you're there. Gold Coast are a new club.
They were 2 years in.
Okay, 2 years in. best president of all time over there.
Clive.
Clive.
Shout out Clive, man.
Surely you met Clive.
Yeah, dude, Clive was a boy, man. Like when you played for his team, can you imagine like Mark Cuban with the Dallas Mavericks?
Oh, he's like that, is he?
Yeah, Clive, like he's one of the boys. Like he just happened to have a huge rivalry with the league whilst I was there.
Wait, was he the type to be like, if you boys want a night out on the town, then I can sort you out?
Well, no, he was the type of guy to eat a massive Chinese meal, and if they stopped bringing out the buffet, he would let them know to not stop until he told them. Yeah. That's a true story.
Bro.
That's a true story.
He ran for prime minister.
The boys in the first season, when I got there, the luxuries had died down, but they would take like private jets to like...
Oh, that's why they folded.
Yeah, to shit. Clive was like the top 5 richest in Australia. So when I got to Gold Coast, what happened?
Yes.
Like, what do you want? Do you want just the plot twist, or do you want to know like?
No, let's go quickly. Just like a little bit how it was. You finally signed for a top flight club. It's in Gold Coast of all places, which is very different to a Melbourne or a Sydney. What were the first few weeks, months like adapting to? Okay, now I'm a full-time professional footballer. And how old were you?
Yeah, I was 17. So I played.
Wow.
I played 2 good games in the youth league against them.
Yeah.
And where there was like half a season left in the youth league, and around this time, people would start getting offers. And I'd always wanted to come back to Victory, but they offered me a trial after like we played them at Amy Park, and we beat them, and I had a good game. But the next day they called and offered me a trial. But then the week after, I played Gold Coast, and Gold Coast was like straight away a contract offer. And the Jan Vasey, the head coach, he came to me, and I was like, oh, what do I like do? Because Gold Coast at the time as well, I kind of was attracted to it, but at the same time, I felt like Victory, like I might have a chance to play. Yeah. Gold Coast had like Jason Kalina, they had Robson, they had a Shane Smeltz, they had like a serious, like on paper, a good team. Yeah. But my coach, he goes, go where you wanted. So I took the Gold Coast offer, bro, within 5 weeks, like Kalina was leaving, Schmeltz was leaving, all these players started leaving. Like, so it ended up being quite a young squad when I'd got there. And I just remember being like, there was no like facilities, bro. We'd train at this place called Carrara, which was like where Metricon Stadium is now, but it was on like the fields out the back. We'd have like tin sheds as like our changing room and stuff. And like, obviously we've got the super rich owner. I think this is when this investment might not be profiting. Like fans were turning up to games. Like they used to train somewhere else before.
I'm just going to cut you off. I'm so sorry. This is such a prominent thing with new A-League clubs. We'll talk about the Western Sydney doco. They said they were doing the exact same thing and doing ice baths in wheelie bins.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was younger at Melbourne Hearts Cedar, we used to go to Bundoora, and I was like, this is the worst training facility I've ever seen in my life. And they're also in ice bins. Like, what?
Yeah.
Is this a thing for a new club? This is where
the A-League was. Like, bro, the A-League's got a really strong front. Like, this is where it was, man. And it probably still is in some regards. Like, people are... The image of Melbourne City is not the real image of the league. And even Melbourne Victory, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of these clubs aren't making much money.
Yeah. Sorry, so you get there, but training facility.
Yeah, so the training facilities, like, I was like, shit. I've come from the AIS, obviously, as well, right? So, but what there was players in the team that had played, like, for the Socceroos, or, like, you know, you had a Dama Traore at the time who was, like, 21, 22. It's like, this guy might be the best left back in the world. You know, type players, like, in your team. And then the youth team had won the back-to-back National Youth League Championships. So they're like young players, was like James Brown, Taj Minikon, Zach Anderson, all these guys. So I was like excited, but I genuinely thought I was going to play. And then I went there and I kind of didn't adapt to like the pace of senior football or even like the climate of Gold Coast. Like I was in and out of the preseason as well with the young Socceroos. So I didn't have like a full preseason with men. I would go back and play against kids essentially, and then come back and play against like Michael Thwaite in training, who'd like, just know how to bully you in a ball, like a battle or something.
He's a big boy.
So I didn't actually play the first half of the year in the first team. I played the whole first half of the year in the youth league team.
Were you pissed off?
Yeah, but this is why I'm glad we're talking about it, bro. Mike Mulvey, he changed my whole perspective on coaches and management because, bro, his man management threw me through that period, and I was quite an egotistical player. Like, I very much believed I should have been playing. I very much would like kind of sulk if I didn't get my way. I wish I had my time again, but that's how I just was wired back then. Probably because I hit all these goals perfectly, so I didn't know disappointment. But his management was so good that I loved playing in the youth league. Like we were again like on that undefeated path, and I never really saw eye to eye with Miron. I was like, I just didn't understand him as a coach. like one day my family came. Yeah, my family came to watch one day, and I remember like having a like. Not that I didn't train well. I didn't have some of my best sessions with him, but also like he was a very unique coach, man. Like we would do warm-ups and like he would put a square and you'd pass to someone and he'd do passing and all of a sudden he's like, okay, I want everyone to do what Robson does. And we're like, what's that? He's like, no look pass to your teammate. So we'd run around doing like no look passes in the warm-up. I swear to God, bro. It's like Mike Bassett, the manager, isn't it? Is that what you're thinking? Bro, on the back of a fag packet. Bro, I swear to God, man, there was boys.
So all of you are doing no look
passes and shit. Like, yeah,
I've never
like
heard about
he
that
would
one
he would
before.
like have these like he would put up formations and he's like, this is the Christmas tree, this is a lizard like system where like people in
This
like
is what Jesse Macaronis used to say to me. I thought he was taking the piss.
nah, bro, it was
Boys, Christmas tree.
yeah. So I kind of didn't enjoy it, but like to be honest. But when Mike Mulvey became first team coach,
Yeah.
and he just played all the youth. And we were the last team. We were the last team to beat Perth Glory, and they made the grand final against Brisbane. So we had a competitive team, and we were hoping we could all keep with each other there, which would have been good. But then yeah, obviously the club folded. So
For what reason?
I generally don't know the exact reason, but Clive Palmer, 100% was like there was beef going on with the A-League or the like whatever the corporate body was at the time, because we turned up to a game and we had over our sponsors we had a sheet of paper saying freedom of speech, which I ended up being like the poster boy of, because it was a great photo of me like looking up with the ball. Plus I'm like skin color as well. I'm like, it was such a political porn movement.
Yeah,
that I was on the
yeah.
back of like the advertisement.
Black kid.
Freedom of speech.
Taj.
Get him on there, mate. Get him on there, mate. That's good. That's good fucking media.
Adama, get here.
Oi, actually, no, I can't even say that, but I did a bad Christmas prank on Adama once. But anyway, so yeah, this started happening.
So you guys were the fakest political prisoners ever.
Well, so yeah, there was noise, and
Wow.
I think Clive, there was a lot of threats being made at the time, in regards to like some actions that he was doing and stuff like that. And it was just like we were trying to be sheltered with the football, but like, bro, we were all over the news. Like Gold Coast may lose their license, all this type of stuff, and then it ended up being taken away. And I think it was because like maybe they felt that they couldn't control, because it got revoked, right? The license.
Yep.
It wasn't like a financial thing. Clive had more money than anyone.
Right. I didn't know that.
So they took the license off him because I think like they're like, we can't control this owner, essentially, is what it felt like to us.
Was it put out though that it was a financial thing? I feel like it was put out as a financial thing.
Well, yeah, well, I'm sure he's building the Titanic 2.0. So like, I don't think it was financial.
How was, bro, just quickly before we move on to Adelaide, I guess, how was it in Gold Coast in terms of like the number of fans, the weather? Was it weird for you coming from Melbourne?
It was like being on, it was mate, like playing, training with your mates and then like going to the beach after. Yeah. You actually lived a really healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
So that was quite good. Initially when I turned 18 then I was getting drunk a lot too. I'd never drunk before. And I was like, no, we can't keep doing this. So I started like going to the beach after every training session. But the no fans thing was like really depressing. I used to look forward to the away games. Like I didn't want to play at home because it's
from your experience from playing with one of these teams that's the newer team in the league and all that, what would you say is the reason for them, like a Wanderers being successful in comparison to like a Gold Coast or the other ones, North
location,
Queen,
bro?
North,
Well, so I mean, Wanderers is like if you've been to Sydney, Western Sydney, as you know, you played there. It's like it's
a hot pot,
it's its own city.
Yeah.
So I mean, the masses there. The biggest mistake was the A-League not thinking through the amount of teams they should have had at the start. Because like Melbourne Victory took up the central location instead of like, and I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty sure there was some sort of clause, like the major cities, you couldn't bring another team in until after 5 seasons.
I believe that's true, yeah.
So that instantly, like Melbourne Heart fans were just Melbourne Victory reject fans that didn't like Ernie Merrick when it started.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what you're building your club off. And then it's gradually picked up and like moved around. So the whole, like you should have done a Southeast and a West team straight away.
Yep. That's what it should have been.
Away.
Yep.
And had a massive rivalry.
It's
and
very interesting. How did Dandenong not get a team, bro?
If there was one place in the fucking world that I would put a team, it would be Dandenong because everyone in the southeast would go for it. Southeast is the biggest part of Melbourne. And then, like Jakey said, it would have been the maddest rivalry with a northwest team.
Or you do, the proudest suburbs or like those type of places is where you should have built. But it's just, 20 years ago now.
Yeah, they weren't thinking like that.
And, well, just on that, again, sidebar, but came from nowhere, this documentary. Have you seen this? Western Sydney Wanderers documentary of how they started, the inaugural season, the signing of the players.
Brilliant.
Bro, if anyone has not seen this documentary, is the best Australian documentary I've seen so far.
Oh, really? I'll watch
on
it tonight.
football.
I haven't seen it, but I do know a bit about it because Tarek Elrich was one of my best mates.
He was
the first player signed.
Yeah.
And what a team they had from the first year. When you look back on it, Aaron Moy, Tarek Elrich, Shinji Ono.
Shannon Cole was good, yeah. They were all there, yeah. Kovic.
There's so many ballers in that team.
Yeah.
And you know what I was thinking when I was watching it? I was thinking, I hadn't seen this. I played for Wanderers. I hadn't seen this documentary. I was like, before you go to a club, they should, part of your onboarding process, they should show you this. Like, if they've got a documentary like this,
this is what it means.
You have to watch this before you go play for this club. So you get, like, because I didn't even know.
Yeah, the history. Yeah,
I didn't even know the history, and maybe that's just my ignorance, but cool.
Would you say the Western Sydney fan base is the same though now? It's dropped off, yeah.
Well, I've got some insight.
Okay.
Yeah, it dropped. It wasn't strong when it wasn't
Bro,
as strong as when I played there.
I used to be scared, bro.
Yeah, when we played away there, those early seasons was mad. But
even them coming to like Cooper Stadium or Highmarsh, it's like the whatever people were allowed in the RBB or whatever, they were. But it was like a whole different. It was like a bit of a hooligan kind of aspect.
This is in the documentary, and how the police got involved and they squashed it and whatever.
So there's two things I want to bring up. The first thing is, fully agree with Rash. The documentary is world class. With the fans of Western Sydney, I've been given insight by a current RBB member. I'm not going to say who it is. But I said, bro, do you feel pissed off about this documentary and how like it shows the good old days? And he goes, you know what? He goes, what annoys me is the people that keep complaining about the good old days. He goes, the current fans are trying to bring that feeling back, but it'll never be the same. Obviously, cops and stuff got involved and whatever. But I always think the Northern Terrace was the best. But for that 2 or 3 years, even as a fan, I was seriously scared of Wanderers fans because they brought the most intense, passionate, feisty atmosphere to home and away games.
It felt like a European atmosphere.
Yep, and you were saying you were shitting it.
Yeah, but like it also like that's as a player that was like the best.
Yeah,
because you felt like you obviously you have games where you've experienced at Skilled Stadium with no one there.
Yeah,
and then you go there and you're like, this is like like Terry Antonis speaks about when he played it. I think the derby in Greece. It's called the Ring of Fire. Yeah, and it's the whole stadium's on fire with flares.
Yeah.
It's legal, right? Like you don't play on.
I think
here like the legal
I just feel when you play games with not many fans, it kind of feels like a friendly.
Yeah.
And you go in.
That's why I stopped playing NPL. I took a corner one day against Avondale, and I remember there was like a girl on a swing, and she almost hit me, and I'm like, "Fuck this, bro!"
Swing.
Like I got no motivation to be. Yeah, it was like back when they had I don't know if they're still playing the same ground.
Yeah.
It was like a kid's playground right behind me, taking a corner. I could hear like the conversation.
Is this in Dandy City?
No, this is at Avondale.
Oh, Avondale.
And that's when like I was like, I don't want to come back and play this, bro.
Because there's a swing on the corner flag at Dandy City.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, what the fuck's going on?
We'll get back to the Western Sydney thing because there's a few more points. Yeah. But Jake, you made a good point before, and I'm so glad I came across this random quote by an A-League cult hero, and it talks to what Jake was saying about the lifestyle in the Gold Coast. This is Emil Heskey on his time in the A-League from a Reddit questionnaire. It's very, very relaxed. The biggest adjustment was that in England, every game means something. So your goal is to either win trophies or stay in the league. Whereas in Australia, it's none of that. You still try to win a trophy, but if you're far off it, you're just playing. I found that the players with their lifestyle governed how they were going to play. They were very happy-go-lucky because that's the happy-go-lucky lifestyle in Australia. They had everything on their doorstep. They have the sea, they have surfing, they have swimming, everything. So it was very, very relaxed for them, and that's why sometimes it can be a bit of a rude awakening when you're coming to Europe, and it's like, go, go, go. You got to focus. You've got to. It's a bit of a rude awakening when Aussies go to Europe. I feel like what Jake said about the Gold Coast lifestyle almost sums up what Heskey's talking about.
Yeah, I think the Gold Coast was like a unique situation.
I was going to say that's
like
Gold
when
Coast.
like
It's
Melbourne
very-
Victory would not have been like that.
Well, this is
At that
the
time.
point I wanted to make. He's at Newcastle. That would have been similar to Gold Coast, same as Mariners. But what I wanted to say was, I half agree with him and I half don't, because Victory, Wanderers, Sydney, Adelaide, maybe even Brisbane, maybe not so much. Sorry, Brisbane fans. But those smaller clubs, that would have been the lifestyle.
Yeah, but you got to think like Central Coast, Newcastle, and Gold Coast. You're living in a paradise in a league that doesn't have relegation.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're defined by your culture. You're defined by your alcohol. Like, what else are you going to do?
So
you put the feet up, train hard. Like,
what was Adelaide like in comparison?
well, Adelaide was probably still a chill, like outside of the football vibe, but it was very much a football town. Like it's very patriotic with its Adelaide teams. And when I went there, like I was buzzing to go there because I'm like, first off, it's a stable club. Tried to go back to Victory. They didn't have a coach. This is when they took the coach that tried to sign me there was Jim Magilton.
Oh, wow.
And he got sacked. And then you must have gone there that season.
With Ange.
But they took like 2 months for Ange to sign. Because for a period, like, I don't know, Jim Magilton was the back end of the season and they had like a standing coach. And through that period, they didn't sign him. So I signed for Adelaide in that window because I'm like, I can't wait. Obviously, like, who the fuck's this coach going to be? End up being Ange, which is crazy because who...
Can we rewind a sec? Freedom of speech.
Oh yeah,
You lead.
You really want me to sell someone out here? Don't
No,
you?
I don't. I don't.
say it.
I just want to connect how you went from Gold Coast to Adelaide.
If you we got a phone call from the PFA. Oh, we had a call. Well, put it this way: Miron got sacked.
Yep.
Because the results were terrible. Like the experience with him as a human were pretty poor. Like he'd very up and down with his moods and emotions. Mike came in. Mike Mulvey, I don't think I spoke about. He's the best coach I've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, like
What a call that is.
yeah, bro. Don't get me wrong. He loves me, but at the same time, he was like he loved everyone. And
He thought you were Mitch Bevan.
Well, you would always. But he'd also won back-to-back youth league championships. He's also won an A-League championship as a coach.
Yes.
And his man,
who?
Brisbane. They won in 2013. You were in the A-League when they won it.
Too, yeah.
Yeah. So
This guy did not. I'm telling you, I love you, Rash, because you had no idea what was going on in the rest of the league.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
He just played.
Yeah.
But I like that. Like, it's just like, all right, like, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Like, and now it's funny. Now he's a football coach
Now,
telling
yeah.
people what to do. It's like this guy.
Now
he
we-
doesn't-
Stand over your shoulders.
Yeah, but I'm not telling them they need to know
True, you're
the
right.
history of the coach when they arrive.
That's true.
But you know, you know what? Well, this will tell you why Mike Mulvey was such like for me as a man manager. So one time at halftime, I came in at a youth league game and I'd scored 2, and we were winning 2-0, and it was kind of like we were coasting. But I remember he came in, and I was a bit shot at the time because I was like, "Fuck, I'm just nothing I can do can get me into the senior team with Miron." Like, and he just came. The first thing he said was like, "He's like, boys, I want everyone to know in here, and Jake, I want you to know that I would pay to watch you play." Like he just said that
good
to
is
me,
that?
and just the room went silent for like 30 seconds, and I was just there, and I was like it helped me so much. Like as like my value as a person was like deteriorating that year with just like I'm in the Gold Coast living here, I'm not getting a fucking game. All these people in my age group are playing like 10, 15 games now in the A-League, and he said shit like that, and you're just like, fuck, this guy's a really good coach, man. Like man management wise, and also he won leagues. So
Yeah.
But so we were all hopeful that Mike would stay head coach and all the young players that were playing that we were kind of competitive would have a team next year. And then we got a call from the PFA that the license was going to be revoked. And we went through like all these meetings, and just luckily I got a call from Adelaide.
You would have been like, yep, get me there.
Yes, pretty much.
So this is at the end of the season, sorry?
Yeah, I've got to feel like I saw the season out, and then I got a call from Adelaide.
Yeah.
Who's gaffer at Adelaide at this point?
John Kosmina.
Oh, boy.
This is going to be the longest podcast ever if we don't get through some of this, because there's fucking stories for days, bro. with
All
Kosy.
right, then, so you get to Adelaide.
I don't mind, but like you guys like me, do you guys like try and keep it in a certain time period, or you just go on?
We try,
It's
but
like a fucking Joe Rogan, like
these...
Where we need to, like,
have
play-
not done
where we
one
need
that
to-
stuck
where
to
we
the
need
time
to-
period that we asked for. Not, you know.
where we
Okay,
need to
so-
vape up and blaze up and have whiskey and shit. Is this like one of those Rogan pods?
So we could do 5 hours easy.
You
So-
haven't even raised a sweat over there.
Nah.
Gab looks like he's fucking chilling, man.
Yeah.
Not to hit.
No, mate. So
Yeah, Cozzy was the coach.
Okay, before we get to the Cozzy stories, how was your first few months at Adelaide then? Settling in?
Yeah, it was awesome, bro. Because when I went to Adelaide, it was like stable club, and then the fucking team, bro. This period when I went to Adelaide, so Adelaide they'd finished the season, but they were going into the Asian Champions League.
Yeah.
So the group stages. The group stages were on, so they didn't stop training. So Cozzy's like, mate, like just move to Adelaide straight away and just start training with us, because like there was young Socceroos commitments, and like so I didn't have a break, which was to my detriment. But I also felt like, fuck, man, I haven't played much senior football. It's like the best thing for me to do. But when I went there, bro, this is before players had gone from the previous year and players for next year had come in. So we had Serge Van Dijk. Wow. I'm just going to go through the positions. Serge Van Dijk, Bruce Jitte, Geronimo.
Yep.
Then Dario Vidicic, Ian Ramsey, Marcelo Karuska, Osama Malik, John McCain, Cassio, Daniel Mullen.
Is this nostalgia or was that team really good?
This was like 11v11, like when I'd gone there.
That team is
like
really good.
Eugene Galekovic. Yeah. Bro, it was a crazy good team. There was some players I'm trying to think.
Tariq?
Tariq hadn't come then.
Sergio Van Dijk.
Serge Van Dijk, bro. Serge Van Dijk was one of the best strikers to play with, because his feet were like cushions, and you give him the ball and he just like drop it your back.
Did he represent Indonesia, or am I thinking of someone?
I think so.
Netherlands Antilles or something.
Yeah. He he's a god in Indonesia.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
he was a beautiful striker, man. Beautiful, like proper Dutch striker, just like technique, precision, knew his game inside out. I might be forgetting a few, but anyway, going there, it was just like eye opening, like the quality of training, the competitive nature. Cozzy was like, he'd been around the A-League for a while, so there was like respect between the players and coaches, which I'd never seen before in a professional environment, because no one really respected Miron. And it was cool because through the group stages, like I wasn't eligible for the ACL squad, so I was just going to the games, watching and taking in the city, and then training through the week.
Yeah.
But then they qualified, they got out of the group, so like we ended up having a little break, and then we came back in early to train for that.
All right, hit us. Best Cozzy story. Because he is obviously a cult
best Cozzy
figure.
story. So once he told Daniel Bowles, he thought Bowlesy kept throwing the ball in to the wrong players. So he asked him to go get his eyes tested for if he was colourblind.
Like being legit.
Because he was throwing the ball and he thought he kept turning it over. So he's like, mate, he thought he was colourblind. Then he sent me to a chiropractor because he thought it would cure my asthma.
Sorry? He wanted to crack your lungs back into place?
He thought a chiropractor was going to cure my asthma. He thought he did something with Bruce, like his eyes, like he didn't think his eyes like had the peripheral vision. So he tried to do this test with him.
Dr. John Kosmina.
Yeah.
John.
Cozzy, hey, you know what though? One thing, Cozzy was like, he was a legend though, but like, he might have missed, he was a bit old fashioned. Like, at one of the group games we had in Adelaide when I wasn't playing, I'd go in the change room after the game, they'd won. It's like a fucking slab of beers in the change room. It's like 2012, bro. Like, I'm like, shit, bro. He's like still in this, like, the sports science phase, but like we boys were drinking and stuff. But he was famous for kind of like, always Brucey. We always use Bruce as an example. Brucey, you up for a walk? Like after training, and Cozzy would take off his shoes and he'd be barefoot, walk around the ground, and like he would have an apple. And like whoever went with him would come back. It's like, bro, I'm so fucking confused, man. Like he's telling me to do this and like that. He's like telling me this as well and all this type of shit. And it would just confuse the fuck out of players. And everyone would try and avoid getting on it. And when someone got the walk, like everyone would just sit there and stay on the ground until they got back, because you knew whatever was said must have been so fucked up. That
This sounds like when Kanye was walking through the field with Charlemagne and just talking like. Just walking through the grass, or like sounds like Terrence Howard. I don't know if you guys.
He used to. Did you ever play Youngies v Oldies at Victory?
No.
Yeah, so Cozzy used to make us finish training doing that, so the old guys would obliterate the young every single day, and like then like just fucking rub it in. So like he was so old fashioned with that. He's like, you got to learn, boys.
So he was barefoot with an apple, a pink
coffee.
lady walking around.
Yeah, he thought Bowlesy was colourblind. That's the best. That's what an insult.
Wait, do you reckon that he took Bowlesy on one of these walks and said, mate,
I'm pretty sure it might have been a walk.
It might have been in a team.
It might have been in a walk. It might have been in a team session. But yeah, Cozzy was. I actually really like Cozzy as a bloke. Like he was refreshing after Miron.
Yeah.
Because even if he didn't like you, he'd probably tell it to your face. So you know, that's
always
respect
better.
it.
Yeah.
But maybe when it came to like X's and O's and we were playing like a ball playing team, that's where we probably fell a bit short, you know?
When it came to actually being a coach.
When it came to,
Well, he's a fucking doctor. What do you want him to do? He's in the wrong profession.
But hey, this is what I learned. This is what I also learned. And this is not to disrespect them, but like the quality of coach I had in the AIS from like an X's and O point of view and with Josep Gombau was like levels above many people in the A-League.
Wait, you played under Josep?
Yeah.
I fully forgot you played under one of the funniest A-League coaches of all time.
Yeah. Joss has got some stories.
He's
too.
from Barcelona.
Yeah, bro. Do you know how I met him? Bro, I swear to God. So after the first year I was there, Mickey Valkanis came in as assistant coach and I played every game under him. I'm like, I love Mickey Valkanis. I hope he stays. And then I'm in Barcelona, bro, at the new camp, watching the last game of the year. Eric Abadal's retirement. Fabregas is playing false nine. Xavi and Iniesta are like tiki-taka around everyone. And I'm in nosebleeds. We've got tickets the day before, me and my dad. And I see Michael Petrillo, the football director of Adelaide, who's now football director at Melbourne City, walking 10 rows in front of me, 90,000 seat stadium. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I pick up my phone and I'm like, I start calling Petrillo. I'm like, imagine if he just like saw it. It was like, fuck this. But he picked it up. He's like, Jake. And I'm like, Petrillo. I'm like, you at the fucking camp now? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm like, I turn around. And he sees me. I'm like, what are you doing here? He goes, between us. He goes, I'm about to sign our next coach. And I'm like, no way. He goes, yeah, we're going to sign this guy. He's like he's a legend in La Masia. He's coached PK and Fabregas and all these types of players. So the next day, bro, he goes, the coach wants to meet you. So I'm at the hotel, lounging around the pool, like having a drink. And then I get a message from like, coach is coming to pick you up. Be ready in an hour. So I'm like, fuck. What? So I'm like, sort of sober up, you know? Like, so anyway, the coach picks me up. He's got a driver. He's with like another mate who must have been an agent. And he's like, I'm going to take you to 2 games today. He goes, 1, we go watch a player. And I want to see if you like him. and then he goes, and then we go watch Barça B. And I'm like, okay. So we go watch like 3rd division Spain. Tenerife was playing something Hospitale. And we watched Sergio Thirio, who fucking was like a baller. And he was playing like left wing. He's like, do you think he'll be a good player? I'm like,
he's asking you.
No, like he was asking me to like, be polite, but he was going to sign him. But like he was a player that he'd marked as soon as he knew he had the job. So Thirio ended up coming. And then we went and watched Barça B, bro. And I remember watching it, Sergio Roberto, Delafeu.
Yeah, Delafeu.
Fuck, some of these players, the stuff they were doing, and he was just like, he'd coach them all. So, like, he was, like, shaking hands with all these players after the game, giving hugs and kisses. I'm like, bro, like... So I knew this coach coming before he'd come to Adelaide. He'd even said to me he'd watched all the games. Like, he'd watched, particular back half of the season, he'd watched the 4 or 5 games that I'd started and done well, and he knew everything about me. And he's like, he goes, I really like how you play. Like,
how old are you at this point?
19.
That is fucking wild,
I'm
bro.
sitting at the camp now, see the football director walk in. It's like sitting at the MCG. Seeing your football director on the other side of the world walk in front of you, call you, say, I'm signing the coach. Next day, you're with the coach at a Barça B game. He's just like hugging, dapping up players and shit. And they had like a mini camp now where Barça B play. It's like so cool.
How was Gombau as a coach? Like, did you find that he was almost too technical, or because I feel like he had a weird time in the A-League.
Like, honestly, the only one knock I have on Gombau, to be honest, and that would be, like, I think he's the perfect football coach.
Yeah.
Like, as a footballer, you can't not want to play his style and what he does.
Yeah.
Whether that'll change in the future, I think maybe one of his challenges was, like, man management.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big thing to me, because I think when you have top players, you want to move X's and O's well, but like fundamentally, the mind fucking is like 70% of it. If you got a guy that's going to cover blades of grass for you and do that, like I'm more worried about that, because then they're going to do what they say. But particularly with how he would give players silent treatment, like the way he took the captain's armband off Johnny McCain and gave it to Eugene with like silent treatment, little things like that, like just like things you could have done so much better. Even with me, like I got suspended for 2 weeks for training with a fitness coach. And he was having a fight with the journo, which is the thing I spoke about. And the journo wrote an article saying, like, Jake's, like, Adelaide's unfit. I'm training with someone, you know? And like he suspended me for 2 weeks because like I got involved in their rift and I made the club look bad. Like little things like that were the bad things. But the football, when he started, it was so primary school technical, like that it was like a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
And particularly not so much for me because I was like, it was interesting and I knew where he'd come from. I'd been there overseas with him and saw the respect he had from the players.
Yeah.
So I had a different view of him. But like for players that were like 25, 30 caps for the Socceroos who are being told like rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, rule 4, if you don't do it in this possession drill, you're out. Like they would lose their head. But then like when you look at it, after like 6 games, he almost lost his job.
Yeah,
and then
I remember.
by the end of the year, we're the most loved, most wanted, like watchable team in the A-League. And like it became like autopilot. It was the first time as a footballer I felt like when we go out on the field, I know for a fact we're probably going to win and we're definitely going to have 75% of the ball or like 70% of the ball. Like if they get a chance, it's going to be through our era. Like we control everything here. So from that aspect, he was pretty amazing to work with. And it's also why Adelaide won the title in 2016 or 2015. Because he'd left, but then the other coach came in. He didn't have to change anything. The other coach was a Barca legend. So
that's he's up there in the funniest.
I think he's about to say the best. And
He's a character man.
He's a character. Like I think I put like Franz Stracker, Josip Gumbau. Who else is up there for me?
Yeah, Jackie. Always like he was a funny guy, man.
Just I don't know. There's just been some coaches in the league where I'm just like, you are. Do you remember Franz Stracker?
No.
Do you remember Franz Stracker?
Oh, who'd he coach?
North Queensland Fury. He used to wear this weird ass suit. He was fucked. Franz Stracker was bro.
Dude, like what a club that like what the fuck was North Queensland?
Fuck knows what was going on.
Do you know when I knew they were flawed? Do you know when I knew that club was flawed? Is when I saw the colours of the club.
Yeah,
I was like, this looks like more like a game, like an emoji or something.
It was fucked.
This is not being taken. It's fluorescent green.
It sounds like a rugby club.
Wasn't Robbie Fowler there?
Wait, sorry.
Yeah, Robbie Fowler was. They had another good centre back. They had some good. Asaka Cernak was playing good there.
Asaka Cernak.
Yeah, they had some good players, bro.
But wait, before we get off that, can you give us the rundown of this argument with the fitness coach? And
oh yeah,
well, you're gonna get in trouble again.
Nah.
All right,
bro. I fucking
Fuck the cunt.
So this comes back. So this started at the start of the season, right? So when you play for Josep, like you have a lot of the ball. But it's also quite taxing when you have the ball because, as you know, when you play in like proper systems, wherever the ball is on a certain part of the pitch, you've got a position to be in or whereabouts. And when the ball's moving 1-2 touch, your movement off the ball is quite superior to your defender or anyone else around you. And you're in possession, so you're supposed to be like more chilling.
Yeah.
But you're moving high volume, so you're using a lot of energy. But then as soon as we lost the ball, we had a 10-second rule where it's like, we sprint to get it back, compact. If you don't get it back, we give you respect, like you have the ball, you know, type thing. And then it was like when they come in spaces, we're close. But so my transition with some of those things from like pre-season, like I scored a double in pre-season once, and he used to rate us out of 10 on the whiteboard, like we're in fucking school. And bro,
in front of everyone,
Casio, Dario Vidicic, like these guys had massive falling outs with him. Because like it almost felt like sometimes it was personal, and then it got to a point with me. I'm like, it's fucking clearly personal, bro. Because like there's obviously something that I was doing as a fucking player. I just beef with coaches all the time, so I put my hand up for something, but I still don't know what it was. But he gave me a really low rating once. It was probably the 3rd or 4th week on the bounce, and we're playing like NPL teams. And I remember Casio just going, Joseph, this is ridiculous, man. Like, you know, Jackie, he's got 2, and then like. Dars said something, and like I was close with Dars, and all these people started saying something, and he was putting like some people like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Me, it'd be like 4 out of 10, like you know stuff like that. So his thing with me was like my transition, my defensive pressure. So through the year, I was like coming off the bench heaps because like my energy, the shorter periods of the game, but like I was playing well. So I was like, I went over to him, I was like, what do I need to do? He's like, you just need to get fitter. And I'm like, well, I can't get fitter on the fucking bench or playing youth league. So I'm going to go get my own coach. And I called Darren Burgess. This is me, man. I was smart at the time, I swear. I called Darren Burgess, who was like the sports scientist wizard in Australia. Like he was Socceroos, Liverpool, and then he'd just gone to Port Adelaide. So like he was a phenomenon at fitness. Yeah. So he was in Adelaide. So I called him through someone I knew, the doctor of Liverpool at the time, when whoever was there, Kenny Dalglish. And he put me on to Darren Burgess, and Darren Burgess obviously had a lot on his plate, but he put me on to his understudy. And so me and his understudy, we would meet like twice a week in a private park, and it'd be like half an hour, 40-minute session, but it'd be like a top-up with like a little bit of strength work and specific kind of movement. And yeah, I ended up starting against Sydney and scored the penalty and played like that game, my last game ever in the A-League. But the next day I went away to Ollie Roos, and when I come back, there was like an article, like essentially it got out that I had trained with some other guy. I don't know how the journalist found it, but he did. But at the start of the year, this journalist and Josip had like like a verbal punch on, because the journo kept like picking at Josip and his style, and it wasn't winning, and like one day it just ate at Josip, and it's on Fox Sports. He's like, I know your son's a shit goalkeeper or something.
That's right.
And so ever since then, it was fucking like he went personal on his family. So this journo was after him. Yeah. And then I pretty much got used as bait from the journo, because it's like, well, now the team's unfit. But I then so I was fucking, I also opened up the paper. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, this isn't good. But I'm chill. I'm like, bro, people all around the world do that. They get their own trainers. They do their own stuff.
I'd almost be thinking, hopefully he thinks this is a good thing. He's going to like that I'm working hard.
Nah, I was nervous because I got called into the office. So I knew this wasn't good. And I'd known that like we had a bit of a issue with the journalists. Like a lot of, there was a lot of specific players. Like he kind of controlled the town's narrative of what they thought of players. Like he would rate them out of 10. He would rate them like A-, B+.
The journalist?
At the end of I remember the first season, I got a B+, and I was buzzing. Because like that's how much his narrative, like he'd rate players low. This guy like I don't think he knew football. But anyway, then, so I got called into the office, and because of the beef they'd had, essentially it was a bad look on the club. So I got suspended for 2 weeks, which no one ever knew that until I did that 100th episode, which is crazy to me. But I never played again. Like he didn't offer me a contract, anything.
Yeah. You just brushed over a very important story. Your last ever game in the A-League, I know you've probably told it 100 times.
Yeah. Please don't make me say it again. No,
you got no fucking choice. You play your last ever game in the A-League. Tell us about it, because there's one specific person.
Can I, before I do, you know the guy that I trained with as well? Guess who was the S&C at Adelaide United the next year?
Him.
The journalist.
No. He goes, fancy seeing you again here, fat boy.
The fitness coach that I work with, he got hired by the club next year. And I was like, obviously, I thought I was playing some fucking chess and they were playing checkers. And then they told me, no, you're playing checkers, brother. Yeah. And then I fucking hired him. But anywho, so pretty much I had like a 7-8 game period where I kept coming off the bench. I remember I had a shot against Newcastle. I think I'm one of the only players to do it. I hit the post. Burrs saved it into the post. It hit the crossbar, bounced across the line, hit the third post and rolled out. Like, bro, I was so close to everything when I was coming off the bench, but I was yet so far. But I was having good performances. And I got a really good assist against Central Coast. So Josip was starting to really like me, and the team was starting to win. And then it just happened, mate. Like, in my position, to be honest, even if I was flying, it was tough to get in, bro. Like, this is why the A-League back then, like, honestly, what Mustafa Amini did for Central Coast, starting a grand final, playing as number 10. Terry Antonis for periods. Adam Taggart maybe playing as a 9 for Perth. At that time, any young kid under 20 playing an A-League team, it was fucking unbelievable. Yeah. Like, generally was, bro. Because the quality of players in a lot of these teams were like high quality. Like, you could reel off players right in front of you, but I reel off the players in front of me. It was AIS, Osama Malik, Marcelo Karuska, Dario Vidicic.
Yeah.
One went to an under-20 World Cup with Argentina, signed to Galatasaray for millions. Isais, arguably one of the best number 6s the A-League's ever had. Dario, I thought, like, probably could have played in the UEFA Champions League. Like, his athletic ability, his technical, he didn't have a flaw in his game. Yeah. If anything, like, he was his own, like the man in the mirror was the thing that could hold him back, you know? And then Osama Malik, just like when it clicked with him as a number 6, he was like, you know, Abu Dhabi. So I was only getting a game if someone got injured. And then Karuska did like, he twinged a muscle. And yeah, I pretty much got the call up to play against Sydney FC, which was at home, which was like the biggest game in Adelaide because obviously Del Piero was like headlining the whole A-League and was the captain of Sydney.
Were you specifically marking him, or were you dropping back in on him?
My job was put it this way: Josip would never mark a player.
Okay.
So there's probably been like a bit of mayonnaise that's been put on that, but ultimately I was playing as a number 6 or a number 8.
Yeah.
And I was always on Del Piero. So wherever, like pretty much like when we didn't have the ball, like you're an idiot to not have an eye on where Del Piero is going to be.
Did you think? I know when pro athletes are in the game, and you know. And we're not going to have time today, I guess, but the whole footballers being fans. Did you think, I know it's a cliche question, but did you stop and think for a second, fuck me dead? That's Del Piero.
Yeah, I think there might have been a moment, but I do remember like I clobbered him a couple times.
Nice.
So
nice.
But also like, in all honesty, like it might have been a split second on a corner where I'm saying next to him, like, fuck, it's Del Piero.
Yeah.
But like.
That's it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like, bro, nah, honestly not.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, it's been portrayed as this story since I've left the A-League. But, like, I forgot I even played Del Piero, like, that night. I was just more buzzing. I scored and shit. Like, every week, bro, we played that year, like, Shinji Ono, Liam Miller, Thomas Broich, Emil Heskey, like, I played against Harry Kuehl in the A-League. Like, you know, all these guys.
I don't think you can play, like, while thinking in that way.
To be honest, bro, it would never hit me that. It was more like, fuck, when I got a photo after the game and I'd seen I was playing against you, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you thought you had a great game.
I didn't have a great game, but Del Piero.
You bagged.
Bagged a goal.
You bagged. And coming off the bench as well, you found like you thought you were in a good run of form.
Yeah.
Off
that
the bench.
game I'd started though.
Yes, that game you started.
Yeah.
So why the no renewal?
So the next day I went away with literally the day after I went away with the Ollie Roos.
Yep.
And this is the tournament I went away with Dylan Tombides.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, which passed away. So this was like I'd gone there. So what I hadn't shared is like I didn't know what was going on with my body, but I kept having like inflamed joints and muscles. Like shit would swell up. I'd have it specifically in my foot, like my second toe, literally like my hands. My second toe is bigger than my big toe, which is not supposed to be the case. So that used to swell up, and they used to think that that's taking too much load. So I thought it was like a structural thing. But then we found out years later I had like a form of arthritis. So I'd wake up in the morning and like I couldn't walk before training.
Fuck.
And this is around the time I was starting to come on the bench.
What, you're 23?
No, I'm 20.
20?
Yeah, I was 20. This is why I didn't make the right decisions as well, because I was young and I was like, I felt like with Josep, I was there and I was playing and I'd worked so hard to get in this position. My biggest mistake was not just saying, guys, I think my body's fucked here and I'm not sure what it is. But I used to go home, not move off the bed and ice it all day, every day, wake up, it'd get cold overnight and it'd feel like a rock was in the bottom of my foot, and I'd get to training for like 2 months. I'd ice it before training, load up on painkillers, and I'd just get around the field. And like, I probably didn't feel at my best, but like I don't know if Josip knew. Like, I don't think he could catch the eye, like something's off. So I was getting away with it. And then when I went away to the Ollie Roos, it got so bad that like I couldn't move towards the end of the tournament that we were in. Like I played through it, but when I came back on the plane, it'd blown up even more. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. But then I got suspended for 2 weeks, like around this time as well. So my head's starting to go, foot's fucked. And then in fairness to Josip, probably was like a month before the end of the season or 2 months before. He's like, yeah, we're not going to re-sign you. He's like, I'm thinking about it, but like I hadn't played since like January as well.
Yeah.
This is like March, April.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll put you on minimum wage, but he's like, we're also going to sign James Jego. And so when he said that to me, like my reaction was not like be like, I'm going to fight for my position. It was like, I'm going to give up with this foot because like I can't move anywhere. I'm not going to break my foot for a coach that doesn't want me.
You know what? Can I say, obviously, I mean, for people that don't know, you had an illustrious career in the national team, the junior national teams, right? Captaining the national team, under 17s, 20s, all that stuff, right? World Cup, Ollie Roos, all that, right? I remembered the other day this thing where the players that would get called to these tournaments would not want to go because they'd lose their position in their team.
Oh,
I
you
completely
remember?
forgot about this.
Bro, I never speak about it because people don't understand. I was like, bro, that it sucks because my biggest honor was playing for my country, but we'd get plucked out like mid-season, twice a year to go to a 3-week tournament. And that 3-week tournament, you might play fucking 25 minutes. And then you come back and you're like, your team's third on the ladder. And you're like, how are you going to get a game?
I remember, and clubs would almost punish their
Right.
players because of it, like not play
I
them
don't want to. I never speak about it because, like, I can say it to you because who cares? Fuck it now. But like, I never speak about it because I'm like, I don't sound like I'm a bitch and like obviously I had injuries or whatever. But 100% the construct of the league and the way things were ran, like it was designed to fucking impact like the short time I had in the league. Like I reckon if I had a full season where I could just play in the A-League and didn't get plucked out, I probably would still. Might still be there. Like even though I had injuries, it probably wouldn't happen.
I
but
feel like I have.
do you know what I
memories
mean?
of
Like
players
it became
that
so
you-
much harder because you'd go away. You'd put on weight at some of these camps, bro.
Yeah.
Like unless you're in the Middle East, you'd fucking put on weight because you're eating 3 times a day, buffet feeds, training
You're
once.
saying
a day.
that Arabs didn't want to feed you? Is
No,
that,
but the Middle East,
trying
you'd
to-
lose weight. No, because
Okay.
it's hot, bro. The climate.
But you know what? Like, yeah, I remember. I have a memory of.
I also
which
got
player
your
it
joke
was,
then. I just didn't want to sound racist.
refused. I remember a player not going to a national team or something like an under-20s or an under-17.
Oh, it happens all the time.
I had playing.
Yeah,
in the
I
A-League.
had Cozzy. So when I first got to Adelaide, Cozzy was like, "Mate, you've got to go on this. This is fuck. You just reminded me of this story. This is why I love. Part of me why I love Cozzy. So this was pre-season, and we were coming up to Asian Champions League, and he's like, "Man, I'm going to pick you in the round of 6, like the knockout squad for the Champions League." I was like, "Fuck, that's pretty cool," because the squad was stacked. And I was like, there were certain players that missed out. Like Jeromes Karuska didn't get picked. They picked Jeromes out of him. And I got picked. But obviously I'm an Australian, so it's only so many.
yeah.
But like there were certain players that didn't get picked. And I remember I got a call up to the under-20s, a tournament that was... It was a tournament that was just a tournament to be had. There was no qualification.
Yep.
There was fucking no like trophy at the end of it. And I said to Cozzy, I'd been on heaps at this point as well. I'd like... had like 20 caps at like 18 for the 20s. And I was like, I don't know if I want to go, Cozzy. Like, honestly, I feel like I haven't got enough runs on the board at senior level. Like, is there anything I can do to stay? He's like, do you want to stay? I go, 100%. If like I can, because I'm not going to get anywhere there. I'd already been to an under-20 World Cup too. You know, this is the next wave. So I'm like, this is where I'm vulnerable. And he called the technical director, or the technical director called him, Harnberger at the time. He said if Jake doesn't come, he'll never play for Australia again. So I fucking boarded the plane.
That happens. That's been happening recently. Similarly, Henri is doing the Olympics team for France, I believe, and he's like, so many clubs have just said, "No, you're not taking my players." Like whether the players have said they don't want to go, because if you look at someone like Lamine Yamal, he's 16. He's played all season for Barca. He's played the Euros, and then he's going to go to the Olympics. You can't. How?
Yeah, but at 16, you can
mean
do it.
physically?
16, yes.
You mean
16 you can
physically?
do it.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's just
Okay.
too much, bro.
But
Like-
this is a different discussion because the coaches at that time, I don't think their dispute for the player going
The
was
A-League-
that physically it would be too hard. I
No,
think it was
yeah.
the fact that, like,
The A-League was 24 games
yeah,
a
it
year.
wasn't
No,
a
yeah.
physical-
And you're
It's-
like, you're going to miss out on 6 or 5 because you got to go to national team camps, which it's the best thing, but some of them weren't actually for qualification. Some were, but even then, it's eating into your development.
You'd
as like
rather
a
play
professional.
senior.
Well, you don't have
Football.
a 38 game season
Yeah.
here where you're missing 3 or 4 doesn't really matter. Like you miss 3 or 4, it can change a lot.
How was there's so many fucking topics.
Yeah, I told you we got Joe Rogan.
Under
podcast.
20 World Cup. You played at the Under 20 World Cup. Who was in your group?
like the teams:
Yeah.
Spain, Costa Rica, and Ecuador.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so this, you know, the funny thing is, well, not funny. So around the time I got my injury, and I was living overseas. This is when I was in a bad space because I hadn't been renewed my contract at Adelaide. I didn't get picked in the under 20 World Cup squad, obviously because I wasn't I didn't have a
not a
team.
club.
But I was chosen 2 years before when I was like, I was eligible for the next one. So
Yeah.
only me, Mustafa Amini, and Terry Antonis were the 3 players chose as 18-year-olds to go to the under 20 World Cup in Colombia. which still to this day is probably my favorite achievement because it was like I wasn't in any of the camps before except for one, and then that camp, and then I got selected, and we went to like, bro, it was like probably like 2-month camp. Go to Denver, you'd like do all this stuff, all this media, and then like you're just in Colombia with like police escorts fucking taking you everywhere, training 2 weeks before, acclimatizing, and it's just like pandemonium. And we stayed in the hotel, bro. This is when I knew there was levels, right? Comes back to what you said. Bro, we stayed in a hotel, like the Spain team, can you get it up?
I'll get it up.
Bro, read out the names of Spain. They stayed in our hotel, read out the names, it'll blow your fucking mind. Like, we got beaten 6-0 by him as well.
What year is this?
2012 or 2011, under 20 World Cup. Bro, I go back through it. There's players that I've forgotten about, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, some of the careers these guys have had is
I can already guess who's going to be in this team.
Yeah, I still remember.
So they beat you 5-1.
6-0.
I still remember, Rash, when I was at River. And
no, it's 5-1, bro.
Lucy
Was it 5-1?
had gone
It was
and played the
5-1.
World Cup.
Yeah.
5-1, yeah. Karim
And he
Bullet
scores
scored.
the scissor kick.
Joe, look at
seen
who the
that?
coach is as well.
Ridiculous.
So, yeah,
Karim Bullet scored a goal, and I remember the Spain coach coming over to him after the game. We got absolutely bullied by him. Mind you, this Spain team's going out on the team bus after every game to like a club. We're like waking up to do like weigh-in piss tests, like stressed out and shit. Can't have a can of Coke, like be seen with a can of Coke and stuff.
Okay, so this is a good team. This is a good team.
Yeah, but like,
There's players in there. So you've got some that stick out to me are like Juan Bernat, Diego Llorente, Jose Gaya, Suso, Campagna, Oliver Torres, Dennis Suarez, Paco Alcácer, Hesse.
No, this isn't the team, bro.
Is this not the team?
No.
But Spain that's 13-14.
Bro, what the
I
Bro,
got it
I'm
now.
ta-
I got it.
Yeah,
I got
I
it.
can reel off some names, but there was names I've forgotten that were like, I'm pretty sure Azpilicueta
I've got it. I've got it. Is it? This is the team with like Sergio Roberto. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
This is that, bro. Sergio Roberto.
So, apologies. Yeah, Mark Bartra, Jordi Amat, Sergio Roberto, Oriol Romeo, Sergio Canales, Isco, Koke, Rodrigo, Christian Teo.
Canales was the guy at that time.
Canales was captain.
He was the guy.
He was,
Yeah,
he was,
on the team.
yeah. He was at, I don't know if he was at Real Madrid at the time, maybe.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
But Roberto was at Barcelona. Danny Pacheco was playing for Liverpool.
Danny
We didn't
Pacheco
mention.
is here.
Koke, there was fucking Isco was coming off the bench. Mark Bartra was playing for Barcelona.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember
Was
watching that.
Azpilicueta there?
Aspi
not.
wasn't there.
When I started playing DM, I remember watching Oriol Romeo.
Yeah,
Romeo.
so,
I remember I used to watch him on YouTube thinking, oh, God.
This is when I knew. This is what Gav was saying, like to like overseas this level. So when we were in the hotel, Oriol Romeo was signing for Chelsea, and I'm like, bro, I've just signed for Gold Coast. Haven't played a game in the A-League.
Well,
And
you'd
I'm
rather
like-
play for Clive Palmer than Abramovich.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? I was like, this guy's literally just signed for Chelsea, and he did in the hotel, and then it came out like mid group stage.
Isn't
And
it
he's-
incredible? Yeah, the perspective that you can have that. Oh, I'm a good player. I'm doing this, that, and the other in Australia, and then you have these players that are 16 playing for Spain.
Well, the coach that I told you about,
Like,
Jan
it's just
Versleyen, he
unbelievable.
We didn't get out of the group, obviously, but I reckon off that game alone, he got sacked because Jan, every team he ever coached, they qualified for the World Cup. Like, and I think it was like 2 generations he'd gone through in 17s and 20s. Like he coached a generation with Aaron Boy at the World Cup,
Right.
and then 17s as well, and the 17s again with Tom Beatties and Macaronis, and then us. But that game was so like humiliating that he got sacked after that.
Yeah, wow.
The Spain game.
Yeah.
So,
That was that, or like it was, yeah, pretty much it led into a sacking after it.
do you have one particular memory that stands out from that tournament? I mean, I don't think you guys won a game here. Obviously, it's not easy. But
Do you know what? This will be a bit of a random one. So, our best player at that tournament was Tommy Orr. He scored 2 goals in 3 games. One of them was a free kick. I can't remember who it was against. Bro, Tommy Orr was like our Harry Kuehl.
He was a gun,
I swear
bro.
to God, bro. He was his left foot wand. He was the only player that it never looked like a battle at that level. It looked like he belonged. And we're playing like fucking top South American nations in Spain. And he scored 2 goals. He was so, like, he'd gone to the World Cup before with the 20s, obviously as a bottom major. And he was rooming by himself. He was the 23rd player. And it always stands out to me that we got on. He's like, he just asked me to go and room with him because he didn't want to like be the standout guy. Like he didn't want to be seen as like he has his own room. Yeah, he's different.
Yeah.
So he asked me to go in and room with him. And I was 100% like one of the last names on the team sheet. So I just thought that always sticks out to me. It's like, what a humble dude, bro.
Well, what ended up happening to him? Where's he now?
Well, he went to Brisbane, and then I believe he was playing.
He played for Ipswich.
Yes,
yeah, he scored a goal at Old Trafford, I think, or he played at Old Trafford, something like that. Was he
in the Netherlands with
he was in
Utrecht?
that. He was in that trio that went to Utrecht with Michael
Utrecht.
Zulo,
Yes.
and also I forget the other guy's name, Adam Sirota.
I mean,
right.
looking here, he did well. 3-2 against Costa Rica, 1-1 with Ecuador.
Yeah,
not bad.
Yeah. We were a good team.
Not
that
bad.
team, by the way, that I wasn't in. They made the Asian Cup final and they lost to North Korea in. But they were the first Australian team to potentially win an Asian Cup, which no like Aussie team has gone that deep because you got to qualify for the semis or the quarters to get into the World Cup. But they went to the final and they were like, so this was supposed to be a bit of a golden gen, which I don't know if you could class it as that, but that's what we were built up as like, we're going to have a really big tournament.
Yeah.
So that's why it still feels like it was a shit tournament. But you go back in, it's like we were pretty
It's
competitive.
not bad. Because these Costa Rican and Ecuador, maybe they're not as
Joel
well
Campbell,
known.
he scored for Costa Rica. He was playing for Arsenal.
He's an Arsenal scum. Good on him,
player,
though.
bro.
Wait, maybe I'm thinking about the wrong player. Is this the one from Villarreal? No.
Joel Campbell might have played for Villarreal.
He's the one that.
Yeah, he did think I
scored.
right.
Left-footed.
Right.
Yeah, he would always do
Amazing.
like this. Yeah. I remember he
Is it
did
the one I'm thinking of?
I'm pretty
He played
sure.
for
I'm pretty
Villarreal
sure
and
he
was,
did.
Baller.
left-footed.
It
He
was
danced,
him,
bro. He could
Yeah, I
dance.
think it was him, yeah.
He was a very unique player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, Rash. You're right.
Yeah.
He played for Olympiacos, Villarreal, Sporting.
Oh, yeah, man.
That's awesome, man. Honestly, playing against those players, that's Premier League
Well, I don't
winners
think
we're
I
talking
played
about.
that
That's
tournament.
you didn't got a minute?
No, I don't think so. That's how good the level was.
Oh, you
bro.
didn't play?
No, I didn't
Right,
play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you would have got at least a couple.
Mate, it was for me to go into the World Cup was
Was
good
enough.
At least
Yeah.
you're in Medellin. Was it Medellin?
No, we were in where were we?
Bogota.
No, we were
Cartagena.
fuck, what Manizales.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know
Manizales.
what
Yeah, it
that
was
is.
fucking I don't know, it was coffee country.
Oh, really?
But you
Are
know
you
what?
serious?
Hey, you know what? That my experience there in Colombia was like why I wanted to go back and backpack it.
Why you want to go to Colombia?
Why? Because I was like,
Oh,
bro,
mate, we haven't even got into his life. We're just at his end of football, which he's then had 10 years since then. Wait, is it 10 years? 10 years.
Fuck you.
We'll get him back on. We need him on as a regular.
Jake, you're going to have to come back on.
I really don't like talking about myself too.
I know,
so
yeah.
if we can talk about other shit, I would
Next
love
time
that.
we're going to have just a laugh.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to laugh at myself, but yeah, talking about soccer, I feel like that's all I do.
What else have I got for you? I'm trying to think. I think we've covered everything pretty well, unless there's anything that
Thanks, your show.
What, are we not touching his post-career?
Well, we can, yeah. That's why I'm just thinking football-wise.
How long are we going?
Yeah, we're nearly at 2 hours.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
You're fucking We've been here 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have I rambled that much?
It's all Gombao's fault.
We got to clip him in. Whatever he said.
Oh,
to the
100%.
journo,
Don't worry,
dog
brother.
is-
Oh,
yeah,
bro,
some
be
shit
careful
dog
of
is-
that because that's the journo that fucking reached out for defamation.
Oh, I won't. Nah, fuck him. I won't. Oh, I can't.
Oh, I didn't
that,
say his
can I?
name.
Hold
I
on,
didn't
we
say,
haven't
I
used
didn't,
the
I didn't, I
name.
didn't say his name.
Yeah, it could be
Said, "Hey,
anyone.
journo."
And to be fair, even though we haven't used his name, we know nothing about law. Oh, really?
Don't put that in. Please don't.
Good thing about
Because I
me is
almost had a court case from it.
But isn't that, sorry, just to mention, journos, you actually affect people's lives unbelievably much. Like
bro the most.
a
It's
young
fucked.
kid who's just, and you've got some little feud going on with a
This
coach, and then literally changed the young kid's life.
It's insane.
Genuinely.
Yeah, this is that's exactly what I spoke about. And he still, when I spoke about it and he saw it, he sent me a thing saying defamation.
Yeah.
I was like, brother, if I see you, I'll fucking
I'm going to defame your
face.
face.
I'll slap the shit out of you. Yeah.
God.
I was just, mate, it summed him up. It summed him up, bro. It was real low.
Well, if anyone tries to do me for defamation, I've got no fucking money, so I don't know what they're going to get out of me. So I don't really
Dino,
care.
mate. Dino from MPL.
Dino's
mate.
got
He might find some
Dino's
cash,
got
brother.
cash stashed.
Yeah, under beds and shit.
Offshore
bro.
accounts.
Gotta do that.
Cayman
Fucking
Islands.
hell. All right, we'll have Jake on for like the life after football, but we will get into you are the man behind one of the biggest sports podcasts in the
Bro,
country.
you guys are coming, man. You guys are going to be a huge. What's the goal of this? Like, what do you guys? What's your market? Because I spoke about MPL before.
Our market is football. I don't just want to say, oh, we're just MPL. We're just because there's a ceiling to that.
So
It's
you're a football show.
It's a complete football show. We could have on people from all walks of life within football.
Will you ever stray off football? Because all three of you
I
are
think
unique
so.
individuals
It's
with
always been-
fascinating lifestyles and lives.
It's always
and
been my
outlooks
dream.
on the world that would 100% clash and make some really good content. But I don't know if it would fit in with what you want.
It's always been my dream I want to speak to like, not freaks. I don't want to call them freaks. But like, I want to speak to...
Isn't it so good when someone says not, but then they say the thing that exactly what they're thinking?
Well,
What is a freak, bro?
Okay, I want to do a podcast with someone that's been in the Satanic Church for 30 years, and then I want to speak to someone who's
Okay, yeah.
who's been a homicide detective. I want to speak to someone who's escaped North Korea.
So you want okay, yeah, that's probably a different platform.
100% a different platform. Yeah. Yes, but this has a long way to go because there's so many. I don't just want to talk to footballers. We've already had on Kitman. We've had on.
Yeah, football.
You know what I mean?
Football as a whole, you could spend less than 1% on a topic and speak on it for 5 hours.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
like, do you know what I mean? Like, literally, it's so intricate,
I
so
don't-
detailed.
I don't have a goal. The
Like
goal.
from
The goal
when
is to
when
just
you're
keep
coaching
going.
kids to when you're at the top level to then moving on to like management, even like just retirement.
There's tons,
like the
bro.
whole everything around it. bro.
Money in football, dating in football, media, like you said, from grassroots level up into top professional level. Like there's so
We didn't
much.
even get into your life off the field in places like Adelaide, AIS.
Yeah,
Like the stories that you could go into.
yeah.
could go into or
that
probably
you
couldn't
on
go
the
into.
Patreon,
I'm trying to think.
on the Patreon. On the Patreon.
What's a Patreon?
Patreon is where
On a-
where people
Where
pay.
it's a little bit more.
Oh,
Talk about things you can't.
wow.
You get a cut.
No, no.
What do you mean?
I'll give-
the people you were at
what
AIS with.
I'll give you 5%.
What are you portraying I was doing there?
Yeah.
Just like a normal life that a normal footballer is living outside of the field.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty fucking lonely.
Aw.
Okay.
You right, Jakey?
Is it? Well, it is. It's a pretty lonely life,
Yeah.
man.
It's lonely.
You fucking train for like 10% of the day and then you do fuck all. Like in the A-League, in the
Sounds
Black Premier
mad.
League, you go in at like 7 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
You probably leave at like 4 or 5 p.m. because you do a whole lot of stuff. In the A-League, it was like you'd leave by lunchtime.
Yeah.
And then like, that's it. Like some clubs might not do that now, but back 100% when I was playing, we'd be having lunch together and then like I'd be home by like 2, 3. Just like if I wanted to do my own stuff, I could, but...
So, Unlaced, you've done extremely well. You speak to not only footballers, but pretty much, I think it's gone beyond athletes now, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to open it up to whatever, but...
Yeah, but it's at its core, it was an athletes
Yeah.
or sports people.
Yeah.
Where'd the idea come from? Where'd the inspiration come from? And I guess sort of maybe tell us who was your most inspiring or shocking guest or something they've said or whatever.
Okay. Well, it came from like pretty much my like I even like using the term mental health because like everyone's got that.
Yeah,
But
everyone's
coming from
fucked
like
up.
being at an absolute fucking loss with who I was post football and trying to reincarnate myself into the world where everything I was kind of doing, like you kind of had to do it because you need to make money and you need to get ahead and you need to live life and experiences. But I actually didn't feel connected to any of them. Like, because football, like it was so powerful, like from a young age, it was so clear that that's what I wanted to do, that as soon as I'd lost it and I'd lost the desire to like want to be what I was, and particularly because of all the things that I'd done, I was like, I really want to disassociate myself from that because, like, my pride was hurt. It's like everyone told me you should have done this, but it's like, man, you did this, and that's what you are, you know, despite everything. So I was like really struggled for like 3 or 4 years. I was pretty much living a lifestyle and a persona that was like trying to find something else, which ultimately just wasn't who I was. But then I also like started to do my research on podcasts and listen to it. I'd always been like a bit of a talker and a larrikin. Like in Adelaide, we had a talk show host for like an interview, and when he'd go, I'd do the interviews.
Yeah, nice.
And like sometimes they get more views.
Yeah. So
So like I always had a thing like maybe I could do that. And I just felt like my network of like footballs and stuff, I could do stuff. So it's kind of started from that. And a lot of the healing of the things that I spoke about just kind of come from the podcast because everyone has shit in life, but the one thing with every professional athlete is retirement.
Yep.
That's one thing you got in common with every sport, maybe not golf. But like, so even LeBron James or fucking Cristiano Ronaldo, they are going to experience similar things that we've experienced. Rashid maybe a little bit different because it was a bit more on his terms, but at times he probably still would have had like identity crisis as such.
Yeah.
Though even what I learned through the podcast was that my shame came from like not hitting the heights or like also like trying to figure out who the fuck I was. And then I always speak about Johnny McCain, who played for the Socceroos, played in Saudi, A-League, Europe. He said to me, bro, when I retired at 34, it was on my terms and I still experienced all the same things you did. So
Yeah,
I was
there
like,
you go.
well, you know, then all this started conversation became interesting to me about like mindset of like, you know, performance mindsets and stuff.
That's a mad inspiration because a lot of people just say, hey, cuz I reckon we got ball knowledge. Let's start a podcast.
Yeah.
Without being cliche about it, would you say that you've gone through that the podcast has helped you through that, let's say, healing or transition period?
Yeah, but I'm still trying to figure out, like, I still haven't found the same connection to anything that I have with football. Like football, there was like, and I reckon you could probably relate to this, and you would 100%. It's like walking on a field when, like, particularly when you were younger, when you knew that like you were the guy, or like people were coming to watch you, or like all these things were talking about you and all this type of shit. There was like a real sense of like, that's why I'm so big on sport for kids. Because like I never had a lack of confidence as a kid because of what I was doing on the soccer field. But ultimately that was my biggest fucking decline. Because as soon as I lost the soccer field, I lost like confidence in myself as a human. So where I'm still at now is trying to find like a passion and a fire that gives me that same burn as football did. But nothing has, if I'm honest.
So it's not an excuse to say connected to football.
Nah, but I didn't want to, but now I gradually got back in. I still love the game, but like, fuck, when I go to games, I'm burning, I can't play. Like, I still get that. I'm like, fuck, man, I'd love to play out there
I'm
now.
so sorry to say this to all of you. I'm sort of happy I never made it anywhere near the top. Let me explain,
Why
Rash.
do you say that?
Let me
Yeah.
explain. I love football so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I feel like
And I feel like if you don't have a Kylian Mbappe experience, that you have a little bit, you have a little bit of like a sour taste about some aspects of the game. Whereas me, it's just like, I love everything.
Yeah, like I notice with you, Jerome, you do things now, and I'm like, Jerome, why the hell are you doing that?
Yeah.
For football.
Yeah. Like
Where-
waking up and
because
all that.
I've been there,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Be careful. That guy might say you're a nobody.
You know?
Be careful.
But you know what? And this is why when you ask me, how come you don't watch that many games and follow football and that kind of thing, and why are footballers not fans? I think there is this at some point, for most players, I would say, there is like a hatred that you start to feel towards football. Not necessarily a hatred. Maybe it's the wrong word, but
A sour taste in your mouth.
Bro, yeah, it's like little things like,
the
for
relationship
instance,
becomes complicated.
like when I couldn't get in and out of bed and like get in and out of my car. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck, probably doesn't happen if you don't play sport. So there's like things like that where you're like, oh, I just want a bit of space from that because of that game. Because it's like I'm connected to, as much as great is, fucking lot of dark times too that the sport can bring you.
And it's funny because,
know.
I mean, well, I was going to ask you, but it's funny because my side now is I feel like because I'm not playing, I can now easily be a fan and enjoy it from
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, dude, me
That's
too.
my point.
Like now, because I've conceded, like, I'm at that point too. But there's still a bit of me that, like, I still fundamentally, like, I know you guys love coaching, but I think playing will always trump anything you could ever do in football.
Cool.
So, like, that when I go to the game, I'm just fucking, like, I'm just thinking, like, fuck, man, it would be nice to be out there.
Because I remember you telling me there was a period that you couldn't watch football.
4 years.
You didn't watch football for 4
No,
years
one game, bro.
because of the hatred for it.
Well, not even hatred. I was just like, fuck. I was ashamed that, like, I hadn't hit the heights that I wanted. I was trying to, like, redevelop who I was outside of football. So it's like being around football just reminded me of, like, the disappointment. And, like, also players that I was playing with that maybe was perceived to be better than at different times, like getting Socceroos caps and things like that. So I was like, fuck, man. It started to really hit home the reality of where I was so close to being. And then at, like, the final kind of hurdle, it fell down that I just didn't want to watch it.
I got 2 points on that. That's a brilliant point. I think the first one is, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe, and you're not alone with this, I feel like a lot of footballers, if it ended on a sour note or whatever, need that time away to then in the future appreciate it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
To fall back in love almost.
It's part of the game, what I went through.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky,
Yeah.
like, that I play. Like, this glass half full, glass half empty, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
But I fucking live to watch the Premier League. Like, for 9 p.m. on a Saturday, bro, I'll sit at home and I love watching it now.
Yeah, you're a
which
sick
is
cunt.
exactly what me and him were doing when we were kids back in the day.
Yeah.
And you would.
Well, I also feel like now, or all my life, all my opportunities have just come from football.
Well, yeah, for you, yeah.
Like, literally
Seriously.
any job I've got, any offer, any deal, or meeting or whatever, it's just through football.
Did you ever disassociate though? Because you seem like from like me following you on social media and the stuff you do, like, you're still very much like you love football.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fucking strength. I'd be interested to know how. Like, did you ever have a period like I spoke of? Because you had ACLs and shit.
Yeah, I've done 2 knees now.
So, and you essentially have a very similar story.
Yeah.
So for you, did you ever feel like fuck this game a little bit and try and, because it seems like you've just like, you're still at the beach kicking a soccer ball.
Yeah. I think
all that shit.
for me, my main thing is when I moved back from Portugal and I had that period of literally eating rice and tuna for 4 months because I was so poor and I wasn't getting paid through football, and then moving back to Australia and playing the game here, where to me it's not football.
Yeah, it doesn't. You lose motivation, right?
For me, when I move back, I go, oh, this is athletics. This is not football. So once I separated that and go, okay, I'm not here to try and be a footballer. I'm not here to try and be a footballer. I'm just going to try and enjoy it now because the game is so different here to what I was brought up playing.
Yeah.
Then, okay, I enjoy it more and I just do what I want and I just play the game now, honestly, to make.
I think another point I want to make is...
But I respect that about you because that for me, like, did you go through that? You disassociated when you were fucking playing, which was a strength.
Well, there was
Like Rashid had a great strength when he was at Melbourne Victory of like almost having, not to say he was unprofessional anyway,
Had an
but
off
like,
button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he would have friends to his house, like we play card games and shit, and like people in the room wouldn't really know football. But they were like friends, you know?
Mate,
so
you
he had
get-
like 2 different experiences, this hyper-professional lifestyle.
Yeah.
Where you got Ange and Muskie, like fucking militant.
Yeah.
And then kind of you still have this fun atmosphere about his life. Whereas I was like, I couldn't do that. I was like, I'd have to be like very disciplined.
I think there's
What I
pros
did.
and cons to both.
I think it was good though. I think that helped his football.
You need that. You need that. And I hate when, like, Rash wouldn't have survived in England. If he was a big-time player in England and they saw he was having mates over and shit, he would have been like Rashford.
I reckon, he wasn't doing it in a way of like unprofessional.
No, but they're not either. But they get on Rashford's back for, like, going out for his birthday. Like, so fucking what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're doing anything wrong. It's just, it's not professional. Whereas I think players need that release because they end up...
I was going to say, the reason I would do that is because mentally I would need...
That's it.
Because I care so much about my performance and the standard and this and that, and I almost have to manufacture situations into my life where I'm feeling like I'm relaxing, even though I'm still not. It's like You know what I mean? It's
Isn't
better
it crazy though? Like when you think about, like, here's funny, right? We speak about my journey, like and Rashid never really made any team. Rashid had the best professional career in the room, like 100%, right? And the two times outside of Korea, he had to trial, like both times.
Yep.
Bro, I went on 5 trials in the Premier League in the UK, like Championship, League 1, League 2. One I got injured, one they said they're going to take a loan player. No, others they said no. Like, you're not better than what we've got, or blah, blah, blah. He, bro, got given his Western Sydney trial. He had no right to fucking get a contract. Because, like, it came... Bro, let's be fucking real, bro. We were leading a lifestyle back then that wasn't necessarily the most healthiest. We were playing NPL 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, we were training twice a week.
Yeah,
Do
but
you know what I
was
mean?
that because of his resume, though?
No, not the trial. Him getting an opportunity was deserving. He was playing well, but for him to perform in the space that he did and get the contract offer,
Yes.
like at an A-League level versus NPL 2,
Yeah.
we weren't even NPL. We're one below.
He fucked the system.
Well,
But
what I
he
was
got a
gonna
contract straight like 4 days or 5 days into a 2-week trial. But
one day, bro.
yeah, one day.
Off one day.
But the reason why I want to speak about him is because his biggest asset was his mentality. Because you remember at Victory, bro, people used to take the piss out of him quite a lot in regards to, like, you know, some of it was you. Yes.
I probably have not abused, but I've probably said shit about Rash, and then I probably said shit about you. That's why it's funny.
Yeah, but then also if you get anyone that played with Rashid, they're the exact type of players you want in your team. So it's like this.
100%.
I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but it was something I wanted to speak about with, like, the challenges of, like, football and like the mind. Is fuck, man. Players and fans, the opinions are so different.
yeah.
Fans, look,
Like they don't. There's things that they don't fully comprehend
They never
outside of
can.
the 4 walls because they're so, like, you know.
they're reactionary. Fans are reactionary. It's what we see. It's not,
Right.
we don't see how players feel. And that's why documentaries and stuff like All or Nothing or whatever, I think it's good because it does open you up. And it's a lot of how football, it's changed how I've spoken about players. Back in the day on Twitter, I was a fucking menace.
It's crazy that you say that, though.
But because of what I've seen recently and how players, like, even just seeing, like, you know, he's Tottenham, so fucking, but Dali Ali, like, just how I'm like, maybe I got to chill. Because, and now, as I've gotten older, obviously age plays into it.
The only people that do that are the ones that haven't played. Like, they
I've
haven't
played high. Don't worry about that.
No, but, like, you know what I mean? The ones that don't understand, the ones that can't humanize the
100%.
comments.
that's
And
what
that's 90% of football fans.
Yeah. But they're also, like, they're well within their right. And when you play in the big, it goes both ways. You play shit, you cop shit. You're a hero, you're a fucking
And
god.
that's it. And football
You know,
fans,
that's part of the dream and the reality.
it's a working class game.
The reality's harsher than you hope it to be. But ultimately, like, bro, I'm telling you, there's no better feeling than wake up in the morning, putting on boots, and going out and kick a soccer ball with your mates. Like, professional or not, it is a fucking piss take of a job. A man-made game that you can make millions of dollars on.
And that's why fans sometimes think, players are soft, because a lot of football fans are working class. They work all week. They spend their whole wage on a season ticket. So they think, you know what? I'm allowed to say what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And Rash says that all the time.
Yeah, like Harry Maguire use case is that's the one where I'm like, fuck, bro. It doesn't matter what the guy does now. Like, do you know
It
what I
doesn't
mean?
matter,
Like, there's power of social media.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother.
It can get disgusting. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
and there's
that's
people that
next
cross the
level.
line.
Like, he's changed as a person and player, I reckon, after that.
100%.
Yeah,
And it's crazy how there's so many documentaries that do come out,
Yep.
or podcasts, or people talking about their careers, and then people coming out and saying,
I had
I
no
didn't
idea.
know that.
Yeah, that's
and
how
you
it
go,
is.
and if you've been in a change room, you know.
Beckham was a big one. Was like, even my parents were watching it, like, he was getting bullets sent to his house, like in the mail. And I'm like,
yeah. That's next level. Yeah.
I'm on the fence. Like, obviously, I understand that there is a line, and I try personally not to cross that line. But when you are so invested in the game, you say things come out, but it's the same on the pitch.
No, the problem is now it's not about people having opinions. It's about, I might not even know you. I'm playing in front of 60,000 people. Your opinion can hit me.
Yeah.
You can contact me.
100%.
Back when we were kids, we could say they were shit. They don't know who the fuck we are.
Yeah.
They don't receive it. They might, like, be aware and hear it from the sidelines. Now you can actually go into your own personal, like, applications in your phone
Yep.
and see hatred from randoms.
And
So now it's more closer to you and more accessible, which is like, it's just part of the game now.
I've had my opinions, but I would never, and I have never commented or DM'd. That's weird as fuck.
People do, bro.
I know, all the time.
Have you seen the AFL players? They're getting like messages from people saying because they fucked up a leg in their multi and shit.
Yeah, like go
It's it's funny, but like that's fucked,
I've never and I know they can type their name in on Twitter or whatever, but I can proudly say, not proudly, but you know what I mean, that I've never gone out of my way to DM or at an athlete or they're not going to see what I'm saying.
I reckon if we go back to his history, we'd find one.
I can guarantee you there's none. There's none. Maybe on Sterling. That's about it.
On Sterling.
Actually, sorry, rival teams, I think it should be let that shit fly. Your own players is where it hurts because Chelsea, Arsenal, they know that fans from the other teams are going to be like, fuck
bro, the hate's not even bad in Australia, bro.
It's nothing.
You go to Europe, bro. Fucking Argentina, the rivalry.
Well, how crazy.
It's life and death, man, some
2
places.
years ago, when we went to Argentina, a boy that I grew up with, I won't mention him, but he would have to get in his bonnet and driven out by his parents because he wasn't able to leave the stadium, seen in his car.
Yeah, see, that's... it's not...
So imagine that.
It's pretty safe here, bro. It's pretty safe.
I think I'm pretty happy with that. I did want to touch on one more thing that we can all have our little take on, I guess.
How long have we been here for, by the way?
2:10, 2:15. Cool.
Jesus.
Longest.
Are you
pod
going to
I've
put
ever
this whole thing out?
Yeah, why not?
Where do you go from clips, bro?
Minus the Clive Palmer stuff.
Yeah.
I got to do the fucking clips.
We still got to do Dino. We need to still call Dino.
I wanted to speak about Ronaldinho, but I guess it sort of came and went.
Sure.
It's come and went.
Oh, with what he said?
But now he's taken it back and said it was a marketing campaign for Rexona.
Cap.
He needs money, huh?
Cap, brother.
For those who don't
He
know,
needs some money.
Bro, can
anyone
you
see the photo of
me
him
and that
with
was
the-
our idol growing up, bro. That was
anyone-
100% our
What
idol.
was
So
my name? Maha Cisco, and yours was what?
I was Jakincha. Because there was a thing, there was a like a Google fucking thing of generator for Brazilian names that you put in your name.
Oh, yeah.
And mine said Jakincha, like Garincha. It was like fuck superstar in the 60s.
I had Jerogba. That was my
Is
Xbox
that Ivory
name.
Coast?
Yeah,
Bro, that's the best ever.
Jerogba.
Were you Maha Cisco?
Maha Cisco, yeah.
That is such a gangster one.
Maha Zisco's nice.
Jerogba's better.
Jerogba feels like he's just made that up. Ours was like an actual generator.
No, I definitely sat
That
down.
was the official generator.
We didn't
fuck
choose
yous.
that. Plus Jerogba, that's Ivory Coast, man. We're talking about Brazilian names. All of a sudden he's gone African.
Nah, I was Jerominho for a bit. That didn't hit, but I was like
Jerominho.
I was like Jerogba sounds mad.
You would be Gavinho.
Gavinho,
Yeah, Gavinho for sure.
For those who don't know, Ronaldinho said basically something along the lines of, I've got no interest in watching this Brazil team. There's no passion anymore. It's not the same as when I used to play. And then everyone started laughing and saying, yeah, he's right. Look at Martinelli. And then Rafinha said, wait a minute. He just asked Vinny Jr. for some tickets. So something's up here. And then Ronaldinho came out and said, of course I don't mean what I said. It's just a marketing campaign around the Copa America to get everyone excited. I'm like, what? I think
Get
you've been
everyone excited.
I think you've been on the book.
Is he on the?
He's on the Booger
Sugar
Pay
Sugars.
off
good
your
stuff or something?
mortgage.
No, that's not. There's
Well,
no Booger Sugar. That's fucking man. He's on some opioid.
I think he's
or
still
something.
playing games.
He's on like acid or something, bro.
Yeah, he
he's
might
lost,
be.
He's lost sense of reality.
Why do Brazilian players all go out super sad?
Oh, but Ronaldinho was like he held a good image. Like he had the
Well, he's
party
been
boy
in
image.
jail.
Yeah, but like, there's crimes and then there's crimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's crimes and there's crimes.
Imagine playing five-inside in jail and
Well, he was.
Ronaldinho's in your team.
He was ripping it.
That's
Hey,
elite.
There's only one
Have
Brazilian
you heard about
player.
Diego Maradona's story of when he went to
Yeah,
the
in
Escobar?
Colombia?
Oh wow, that's another story.
All right, really important. Then we'll wrap. The Euros. We probably should have started with this, but the Euros have been.
If you're still here, man, and you're not subscribed to this channel,
Yeah.
that is out of this world.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
out of this world. Like you may as well, if you're 2 hours into a podcast, you're not subscribed, go to the mirror now and have a look at yourself.
Do you know what the thing is, Jake? I think for me, because I'm so used to listening to 4-hour pods, that this is nothing.
Bro, I feel like I am not really hitting a sweat. I'm getting a little bit dazed. He looks like he's tiring. Gav, I can't read. You look like you've just started. You look like you've just started the pod.
Jake,
you could pod.
I don't think you understand.
Your pod fitness is disgusting at the moment.
I do not think you understand. I could
do you have
sit
a
here
vape, by the way? I really want to have a vape.
No one here has a vape. We're healthy.
No, okay.
Man, 30 minutes ago, my eyes were closing and I was thinking I need a sushi or something.
You need a sushi.
I need I need like a halftime break.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just needed like a drink, maybe a little and then
I had like a quarter of a pound.
Then I could do another 2 hours with you. Maybe order some Uber Eats, chick back, no worries.
Hey man, if you ever want to outsource, if you need someone to not shut the fuck up for Unlaced.
Let's Euro companion, man. Come on.
What's Euro companion?
J.O. Reid, Joe Rogan experience.
Oh yeah,
when
yeah,
he
yeah,
watches
yeah.
the UFC.
Yeah, we'll do it for
bro. I've been trying. This is gonna
TV right there, bro.
This is gonna cross. I'm gonna try to do a watch along for the Unlaced.
Yep.
Maybe we can do.
That's what we were saying.
We can probably do it. Well, but see, you can do it live on both. It doesn't really matter. But I was gonna stream like a watch along.
What about
I've been wanting to do it for ages.
What about an in-person one with followers? Or you wouldn't do that?
Yeah, that could get a bit weird.
I mean, I've done one before.
Some of the people.
Be careful what you wish for, bro.
Oh no, I'd have a bouncer at the door saying,
Jerome's got his own seat with a cape and a cap.
Get the iPad out.
Hey, that's Lord.
He's like, man, he doesn't speak English. I've heard him speak 2 hours on a podcast.
Hey, do you have any people that are like just absolutely hate you that comment on every single post that you put up? Just hatred. We've got two. I think I've got one on my personal.
Gav's got a hater.
Gav's got one that comments on ours.
It hates me. So
and then we've got a third guy who doesn't necessarily hate us, but he comments on everything and he never uses full stop.
Yeah, but see, I have an issue that I don't have that because I think when you start doing it right is when you start copping hate, and the fact that I don't get enough bothers me. So,
you don't get enough,
my issue with my podcast is I don't centralize myself as the character. Which is what I'm doing more and more of. Yeah. You guys are like, I'm getting guests and it's about them.
Yeah, you haven't. Yeah.
Jake, I'm telling you.
I feel like people are starting to know our character now.
I'm telling you,
Also, you guys introduce yourself as fucking Lord Mahasi.
Lord.
Sir Donald Bradman.
Sir Donald. Do you know what's funny?
Johnny Sins.
You got to be Jerogba from now on.
Yeah, Jerogba. Fuck it, I'm Jerogba.
Change all your handles on your TikTok.
Yeah, I will.
Tomorrow.
Oh, dude. Bro, you need to put your head on a Drogba doing the Chelsea slide in the fucking
There's a video of me knee sliding in my kitchen.
Actually, one pod you need to get like this short hair and the headband and come in the Chelsea kit, bro.
Oh, 100%. I've got the older drop. He's my favorite player ever. I've got everything. It's all sorted.
Oh, you should do when Jerome turned to Jerogba, like a TikTok, like. Just start doing I don't know, some content around it. Bro.
I'm not doing it. Don't worry. I'm not doing it.
Maybe avoid blackface.
Don't worry, man. It never appeared. It never came to me to do that. I'm not Italian. Well, I am.
I'll come as a fireman.
Italians like doing that for some reason.
Wait, so what are we doing on the Euros? Are we predicting, or what do you?
No, so I just wanted to quickly say a few things. So the thing I love about the Euros is I couldn't actually give a fuck about the big nations because they play low-risk football to me. I've loved watching Romania, Turkey, Georgia, Slovenia, countries that are just, you can tell they're giving it their all. Their fans are way better. Nothing to lose. Romania against Ukraine, the atmosphere was in-fucking-sane, and they smash Ukraine.
Can you tell me? Have you watched any of
I was about to say, I haven't
games?
watched any of the, I've only watched the big nations.
That's literally all the games that I haven't watched.
The only one that I will watch out of the ones you've said, and this is not by any arrogance, is pure. I will watch Turkey because Turkey have a team. But the other ones, like...
man,
there's only so many hours in the night when it's fucking not... I'm going to watch the game with Georgia. Like, probably not.
Do you know what the thing is, bro? This is the thing.
This guy's waking up at 2 a.m. to watch Georgia, bro.
First of all, fuck yous all. Let me finish my sentence.
Are you actually doing that, though?
No, listen. Let me talk.
90 minutes of Georgia.
Do you want to start our own pod?
Isn't that a John Mayer song, Georgia?
Georgia.
I don't know. He'd know.
Vance Joy.
The thing is, I watched the 11 and the 2 games, but the big boys have been playing at 5. So
doesn't have another job, basically.
right?
Can I ask?
What's your
How do
sleep?
you
How
watch
are your days functioning at the moment?
Exactly.
I'm struggling to watch.
Get someone else to
Are
do it.
you eating like midnight and shit? Like dinner?
I'll tell you what I did last night.
Yeah, walk me through the whole
Right?
night.
I'll tell you what I did last
That's
night.
what I'm saying. He
You're gonna
loves
find this
football.
funny.
Oh, I
This is what
can't
I mean.
wait, bro. I'm not
He
gonna
does
find it funny.
things that you go, come on, Jerome.
Oh, because it
Bring
makes
it
me want to
together.
hang out with you, bro. Like when I hear weird shit.
100% you can. First of all, fuck you and your elitism towards me. Okay? I'm going to... You know that's me behind that account.
What?
That guy. The guy that hates on Gavin. It's all me.
He's capping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last night, somewhere doing business.
Oh
No, I've actually
said-
learned that people that there is like some sort of energy improvement you need to take throughout these long form of podcasts. Whereas energy drinks, like Joe Rogan has those smelling salts.
Oh,
Because you can feel that he's the only one that's energy
what?
is picking up as time goes on.
I've got nothing else to my name.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. You've done your business.
Besides his life,
Oh, you're all laughing like it's not fucking true. This is my last, I'm 30 next year.
Jerome's going home to change his hashtag.
This is my last.
He's got one of those marathon water jackets.
He's been wearing the same tracksuit. He's been up for 24 hours.
I haven't changed, I haven't showered, nothing.
Hey, can you go? So you did the deed?
Right, yeah. So do that, and then I said, fuck.
I've got to be in
There's
dandy.
there's a live site for Croatia versus Albania. I have no connections to either country. I'm like, I've got to be at Dandy Thunder because they're doing a live site.
You told her.
You went to Dandy Thunder by yourself.
At 11.
Yes.
Do you know anyone at Thunder?
I know one person there.
He's not even Albanian.
Okay, that's an interesting.
That's balls.
Yeah, love that.
I know one person there who's like a really good mate of mine. So it was like.
So yeah,
you
it was what's up.
But then I also know Adamo from Optus Sport.
Okay.
He's a presenter. And he said Optus Sport's going to be there. I said, I'm there.
Oh, they were going to be. Okay, so you're clout chasing now.
100%. It's called networking.
Yeah, okay.
So I get to Thunder, and best decision I ever made because there's about 300-400 Albanians there. There's rakia being passed around on a plate. There's free food. I go up to the bar, and some guy goes, shout out Ali, I think your name was. He goes, hey, TikToker. He goes, whatever the fuck he wants on me. And he goes, and shout me out on the pod. I said, yep, go for it, brother. Get a drink. There's rakia being passed around. Everyone's G'd up. The drums are out. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's 2 degrees outside. We're outside, by the way.
What a game to watch that as well.
What a game.
Fucking Dandy Thunder's ground.
Thunder apparently that day set everything up. They spent like $1,500 on a blow-up projector. It was mad. It was like the size of that wall. And it was one of the best games of the tournament, if not the game of the tournament so far.
Yeah.
And Optus Sports there, they're cutting live. Chairs are being smashed. Drinks are going everywhere. And I said, This is what I do.
Bro, that's the one club I regret that I didn't play for.
It's a passionate club.
Yeah, bro.
so
Bro, that club.
It's a passionate club.
Always, every time I play them, it looks like the best club to play for. Because it's like the atmosphere. It feels like more of a game.
Yes.
Like there's more to it.
It's intense, is it?
Like
It
you
can
play
get-
it south, it's like quiet. It's quiet.
Yeah. Thunder can get intense, depending. I mean, they have their days, but it can get intense. Anyway, did that. And then I thought, gee, I've got a 15% off Macca's deal. So I went down
What
Stud
time's
Road.
this, by the way?
This is at like
Have you already had a few
drinks.
food as well? At the,
I had some fried chicken,
so
right?
you've had fried chicken and
And gravy, right?
Oh my God, I love this guy, bro.
And then at halftime, because
gravy.
Is that
Yeah.
a thing, bro? Fried chicken with gravy.
It is in the States, but like what? Wait, whoa.
Fried chicken
Aren't
with
you at an
gravy?
Albanian
At
soccer
an
club?
Albanian club.
Okay, let me.
Why are they serving Louisiana style chicken with gravy?
Okay, let me explain. I went up to the canteen to get a chavapi, like a whatever.
A chavapi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
Do they do chavapi as well?
Yeah, they're
fried
Balkan.
chicken with gravy.
Yeah. So then Halil was there, and he goes,
was he?
hey, bro, I think they're done with the food. And he goes, there's free food outside. He goes, what do you want? And there was like salads and shit. I said, no, nothing like that. I said, just give me 3 pieces of fried chicken and put gravy on it. And then he's like, all right, cool. I'm eating away at that, whatever. Go there. Half time, every Albanian lives in Dandy South. Walk across the road to my mate's house. He makes me a cup of tea. Have a wagon wheel. Get back to Thunder. Watch the rest of the game. Thunder equalised in the 95th minute. It was like WWE, bro. Chairs were flying everywhere. Then I thought, I'm peckish. I got 15% off at Macca's. Straight down Stud Road.
That's 1 a.m.
This is like 1:30. Straight down Stud Road. I get my Macca's. The line is fucked for some reason at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, the areas, bro. That's what happens.
I'm like,
Macca's doesn't stop, bro, in the areas.
It does not stop. So I was like, what the fuck? Get home right in time for the Germany game. I open the door. I was like, I sound so unemployed. I was like, I open the door, get in bed, got my Macca's, and I'm watching Germany play. And then I went to bed after that game.
But what I'm
So
wondering...
4 a.m.
So what time did you wake up? Sorry.
When do you watch Georgia, though?
Georgia?
At what point do you... Okay, you watch one game or two. But you're saying you've watched almost every game.
No, I haven't.
How?
I haven't.
Okay.
I miss most of the 5 a.m. games because I'm too cooked.
So you're 11 a, 2 a.m. game.
Yeah, 11 and 2 is good. And
And what time do you wake up?
10, 11.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like late.
Yeah, okay.
And then,
So
but
you're getting 6 to 8.
yeah, I have to or else I'm fucked. But just the last point on that, because I could go forever. When international football is...
You make me want fried chicken and gravy now, bro. That's all I can think
dude,
about.
it's
Because I'm so
awesome.
hungry. He
awesome.
doesn't eat this.
Yeah, I know.
Have you told him about what you said to a brand that reached out to you? Can we talk about that on here?
Leonica wanted...
The burgers.
Yeah, some
Yeah. Bro, his
terrible
response
burger
was like business-wise done. And then also like all of a sudden now, like the food he's probably eating is so far different. Like I'm not saying it's junk food, but ribs...
What?
No, well you
What
probably...
I eat is junk food.
No, you probably eat...
No, don't
like
say
they
it.
don't serve two dissimilar things
He's
to what
awake.
you eat. They,
What?
Well, they might serve chips and ribs, but you don't get that. They might serve like stir fries and stuff as well.
Bro, it was a full... proper burger, American style.
And you didn't think to
Diner.
say,
and no,
my co-host's a fat
burger.
cunt, he'd love this.
But it's strange. So you don't eat burgers, nothing now.
Not really, bro. Like maybe once every 2 years.
Can you share the response you had to them though?
He won't.
Ah, well, I just said, do I look like the type of person? That
Yeah, he
puts
said,
that
do
kind
you
of stuff in
think?
my body?
Do you think?
Then send to my profile and say, this guy does.
Yeah.
Give him the fucking sponsorship.
Oh, I still. That's like
At
one of my. That's one of my
Jerome
weaknesses,
At
bro.
Jarogba.music.
Junk food, bro. You eat healthy?
Yeah, you do.
It's my
I can eat
weakness.
anything, bro.
You eat anything, but for the most part, you meal prep and...
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but as of last year, I could eat whatever and I'd still have a 6-pack.
sick cunt.
Fuck,
True or
that's
not?
mad. That's mad.
True
Yeah,
or not,
that's
Rash?
mad. You're a mad cunt.
Yeah.
Remember in Argentina?
Jerome,
we ate out
not Jerome.
every day.
Gavin eats anything. He's even eaten my meals. that are clearly
What is that? Because you still work
Expired.
out?
expired and then got sick from the
Hey.
yeah, it's all good.
He
cuz.
told me,
Huh.
you go, nah, man, whatever you said, nah, man, that chicken's been there, it's 4 days expired. Nah, it'll be all right.
No, I said
right,
that's
cuz.
going to strengthen my immune system.
That's what he said.
That's
You
what
got
my dad-
salmonella.
And
That's
then
what my
got
dad
sick.
would say. I haven't got 6 ins.
You got salmonella.
I had to prep it.
Yeah. He
You're
goes, mate,
fucked.
what did one of the Kip Man in Gold Coast, he goes, mate, your body always needs some shit to fight with, mate.
Well, I remember.
Is this guy's mates with Clive? Because Clive was fighting.
I remember being
I
at
don't know enough
home.
about Clive,
Hey, I remember being at home, and I would have a game the next day, and I'd be like, "Dad, can you make me some dinner?" And he'd cook me bacon and eggs.
Yeah, well, whatever you can get, really.
Yeah, or
Fucking
nachos. I'd be like, "Dad, I got to play tomorrow."
Nachos.
Nachos with cheese,
Pre-game
chuck it
meal.
in.
And I got to play tomorrow.
Yeah. You put it in the microwave. Just some cheese. Some shredded cheese. I'm having nachos before the game.
And it's crazy because I had crazy pre-match meals when you played at such a higher level.
Laughing at? Why are you laughing so much?
Why am I picturing like corn chips with Kraft singles cheese?
Because that's what
Like
it was.
slices, not even shredded, just like...
I'm laughing at him laughing. Like, what's he laughing at?
Here you go, Gav.
Here you go, son, fuel up.
It's literally.
Score 3 again, son.
And he would. He'd go score a hat-trick.
If you're lucky, you
I
got
kept getting served it. It's like this shit works, bro.
If you're lucky, you get an up and go in the morning. This is your protein shake.
Kev's the real nutritionist. That's good, man. Kids, have nachos before your game. It'll change your life. You'll go River Plate.
Oh my god.
Nachos and cheese. And what's that sauce? That cheap as crap.
Salsa.
Yeah, that.
Oh, God.
But just to go back to that, when there's live football on and it's at a decently high level, I watch. If there's Prem on, it does not matter who's playing. I'm watching it.
Who plays? Oh yeah, we can't. This is a live show, isn't it? So we won't talk about tonight.
Oh, tonight. Yeah, tonight's
about 11
Slovenia's. Yeah, actually, boys.
This is 7:30, bruh.
He's still usually not awake at this time. he's just beginning his night, bro.
Oh, man, I love football so much,
I don't think I
bro.
fueled enough for this one. That's why.
Well,
I didn't eat enough.
To be transparent, I didn't either. If I had known,
Thank God we started at 4:30.
I would have brought some snacks and tea. Yeah.
All right, we're done. All right. But I will say that we do want Jake as a regular guest because I feel like you'd have good takes. We had topics there that we didn't even get into that I feel like you'd have a good take on.
Well, give me one and I'll give you my take straight away to show you how good I am.
Straight away?
Straight away. Something that I probably would know.
Oh, my God. We haven't even done our amateur agents thing.
Shit.
Go 2.
Should we do 2 quick ones?
Real quick ones.
Okay. 2 quick ones.
Real quick one.
Okay. Amateur
slow
agents.
it down, brother. We're pod fitness in here, bro. Where we got to be?
This is our pre-season.
This is, mate. This
For
is
a
just,
life of
just
My
get
God.
comfortable. Just nestle in, boys.
This is actually crazy. This is actually crazy. Yeah, we should just do a whole pod night.
24-hour pod.
Oh, imagine that.
I'd do it.
That would be a world record, wouldn't it?
I'd do it.
North's just like,
Nor's like,
I'm not complaining. You guys are paying.
that's what I'm stressed about because I got no
yeah.
fucking money.
But can't you?
Yeah.
I actually won't say the cost. I'd be interested to know that. I'd be down for that.
Oh yeah, we'll tell you.
But that's like, then that comes to streaming. Then it's like streaming, bro. You may as well just
See, this
stream.
is like, this isn't even like, how do I stop this? I always seem to score 90-minute screamers, causing everyone and their dog to go mental. All the women chase me around the pitch. No, we need.
Oi,
Hey.
Jerome, can I throw something to you, given we're both kind of like unemployed and figuring shit out?
Yeah,
Do you wanna,
I'm sort of employed.
Do you know,
yeah.
have you seen pro clubs on FIFA? Do you play FIFA?
Yeah.
he actually has a job, which is the funniest.
He literally just said this is his last thing that he's got going. So I just assumed he was
hates
fucking.
his job.
And he was eating.
both
He was eating
unemployed.
fried chicken with gravy.
Don't fucking say my job, any of you cunts. Right? I do
it cash
have.
or not?
Can you stream from home?
I do have a sort of job that allows me to live. Put it that way.
All right, irrelevant to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I reckon you'd be a good streamer. I know he wouldn't do it, Gav. I don't know if you would, but I reckon we should start streaming and make a pro clubs. You know what that is?
Yeah, 100%.
It's where we play FIFA and we have like our own character, but we play in the same team.
I would
and we go
do it.
online, but we chat shit to each other and banter.
I
They're
would
doing
do
it in the UK, bro. They're like obviously bigger influencers, but like they've got H, the rapper, and Wayne Rooney on a team. Have you seen?
Oh
Girlfriend
yeah,
Turk?
yeah. It's hilarious.
Bro, I think we should.
It's
do
good.
It.
I would definitely do it.
They have they're getting 80,000 views a night, so they're getting more people watching them play FIFA than Old Trafford.
What do you reckon we could rack up? How many viewers?
Well, this is why if we start, I reckon we could get like some good numbers.
I got to talk to you anyway about something off mic. All right,
It sounded so serious.
it is like a good serious, like a
Okay.
businessman.
Yeah, let's talk business, bro.
How important is social media to a football club in state leagues and NPL? Do players look at it and they are attracted to play for the club if they have a good social media presence? That's actually a really good question. And it's something that I've been saying for ages that a lot of NPL clubs
What was that?
lack.
Sorry, I didn't listen.
Yeah, I actually didn't as well.
I did.
Okay.
Can I just for humour's sake repeat what I think I heard?
Yeah.
Would a player want to sign for a club, state level or wherever, if the club had a decent social media like coverage and following? Would that entice them to do
That
it
was
more?
one part of it, yes.
Or the player having a better following.
No, that wasn't that. The main question was how important is it for state league and NPL clubs to have a good social media? That was an add-on.
Yeah.
I think it's imperative. Not imperative, but
Does
I think
one-
it's very important.
There's one, yeah, I agree. So, for instance, people would instantly want it to play for Preston Lions when they were getting fans.
Of course.
Which any normal footballer should want that. So
Yes.
it does make important. But I don't think any club runs their social media as good as they could.
Oh, they suck.
Could, like,
You mean
and you know why I say that?
internationally or
No,
here?
no, I'm talking NPL.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, obviously.
NPL.
But even how social media should be run is exactly like that Dorking Wanderers.
Yep.
A team that is
100%,
no one
yeah.
knows that I feel like I know the coach inside out, his personality,
Yeah,
and
100%.
I wouldn't want to know their results.
I'll tell you straight up,
That is how football platforms should be
the
run.
most followed team
I mean, we share those videos all the time.
Yeah.
Dorking's good, yeah. The most followed team in terms of social media, like as a team, is a Sunday League team in Sydney, Sporting Club Hellos. They're nowhere near the NPL, but they have thousands of people watching their videos.
See, I'll watch them.
So
they run the socials.
I will shout out. I'll shout out Northcote. They're definitely trying.
I don't follow any. That might have been a call out of context.
No.
So I don't follow any of them.
Look, you're mostly right.
But if I know Dorking Wonders and I don't know anyone around the corner,
it hasn't hit your doorstep.
It's just it's my assumption. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the owners and stuff don't really care for it. All they care about is results on the pitch because they might be a bit old school. But there are some clubs that are doing. I know Hume does quite well. Northcote do quite well. Even Springvale City, they do well.
South Springvale Women's.
South Springvale
Starting to
Women's,
do good.
the stuff with Chris
What
Sammer.
do they do? Like,
They just do funny mic'd up, like interviews.
See, that's it. Mic up players, bro.
Yeah. But
Russ.
there's so much more that clubs could do, but it's so fucking boring and just, how do you think you performed today? Oh, I was happy with the 3 points. Get the fuck out of
It's
here.
literally now, it's getting so easy to do it as well because you can just set up a camera in one position, have a question or something behind it, and people walk past and answer it, and you get all your content without having to do anything.
It's easy. And I think if I'm coming from England or whatever, if I see a club with a strong social media presence, it looks like they got a good fan base, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather play for them than these guys over here that make their stuff on Microsoft Paint. So,
If that.
do you know what I mean? So there's that, and we'll do one more. A lot of the questions are the same, like State 3 player here. Should I, blah, blah, blah. Guys,
Did you get any voice ones?
nah, bro. I knew they would pussy out. Someone said, "What is Horder?" I can't answer that personally. This is a good one for you boys. I play Metros, and there is a team that is just way too good for the league we're in.
What's Metros?
Metro under State League. So
hilarious.
State 4, State 5, Metro 1, 2.
What is that? There's a division under State League.
There's 9 divisions under State League.
People love football, Jake. People love football.
There's 9 leagues under State 5.
Stay on with your kids, man.
No, don't. Because I played Metro 7.
Metro
Go on,
7.
ask the question.
I play Metros, and there is a team that is way too good for the league we're in. Any dirty tricks or dark arts we should know about for when we play them?
Yeah.
What are some things we can do to help this Metro team get the win?
I love dark arts.
What are we saying?
Well, it depends. I think sledging's a format of football that I really enjoy.
Okay, so sledging. Yep.
Like for instance, when he takes a shot and it hits the keeper, say, "Was that your good foot?"
Okay.
Because that stays with him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then
One of the best-
Then he
When it
starts
clearly-
looking
when
like.
it clearly,
Is that my
clearly
left?
was his good foot. It's
Yes.
like, was that your good foot?
Okay, so a bit of shit talking.
One of the best sledges I feel like in a soccer game is when someone tries to score, misses the target, and someone says, "Good clearance."
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Okay.
good one, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh no. Another
6.
No, to go a bit deeper on that, you ask who's injured. Like they kick the ball out of play.
Okay.
Yeah, I could be here all day with that. I love this shit.
So what about we're not condoning this, but for Metro you're allowed to do it. So kids don't do this. What about pinching on corners, hand up the bum, any of that?
No, that's fucking that's suspect, bro. That's saying a bit about Jeromes over there. That's saying a bit about Jeromes that his head went to that stuff.
There's no bar.
Some of us just play more physical football. That's okay.
That's physical. Okay.
That's okay. You fucking pansies with your nice pictures and your fucking training kits and your fucking strength and conditioning coaches, your fucking psychologists,
He's gone
your fucking
pinch their
therapists.
ass and put a
You just
finger up
pinch
it. He's gone pinch and finger their ass on a corner.
Finger. I've never personally done it.
Oh, bullshit.
You know
I
what
swear
my
to God.
reaction to that would be like, bro, what are you doing?
Then I've scored a header. Because you're like, what the fuck?
God, it's got a header.
Oi, do you remember any sledges that you've got or given out? That
I got the shittest ones at me. Like, I was a penalty taker and everyone would say like, I like your boots, mate. And I'm like, what? Cunt? I'm just going to score now. Like, it didn't even make me like second guess or like, yeah, they're mad, whatever. Like,
When you're on the ball, they just go,
oh, yeah, I do that at 5s. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I do that at 5s. Look, I would think corners
The
is
best
the
is when
best.
they're like, put him on his right, put him on his right. You're like, yeah, I'll just get on my left. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
just
Fuck
score.
no. I also like let him shoot.
That's good.
Let him shoot.
Yeah, like ones that make him think. Like fuck, man. It's like yeah.
Is there anything that's not sledging
Like-
that you would say to do?
Like even if you know he's dribbling out with his right foot, say man, he keeps using his weak foot. Let him play. Let him take it out.
Like out loud.
Bro, I used to say some fuck things to people, man. I used to be so
Yeah,
dumb.
I feel like when you're in the moment, it just comes to you.
Yeah, and when you got an ego like I had as a kid, you start like telling people.
I still do this to today. Whenever I get fouled, or like I'm dribbling
know
someone
where
and,
this is
I
going.
get fouled, and I'll be like, here, you can have the ball now. You can take it off me.
I've seen you do
Didn't
that.
we have some sledges
seen
when
him
we
do
played
that,
together?
yeah.
Didn't we put like? I don't remember.
Yeah, I feel like there's something. But can I just say on your topic of putting the fingers up someone's bum?
I've never done that.
Yeah, okay. So one of
Haven't you
my
ever?
No.
one of
Not
my
even off
mates,
the pitch.
You might know him as well.
That's your bag.
Did this in an NPL game, and a journalist took
Yeah.
a photo of it, and he ended up, and it was also his mate. He did it as a joke. to
Oh,
his
I remember
mate.
this. Who was? Yeah, can you say?
I won't say the name just
Yeah.
in case he doesn't want to know hear about it. But yeah, got like 10 weeks. 10
Oh,
weeks suspended
really?
for it.
Yeah, that's
How many?
jokes.
What?
And it was his mate. He just did it as a laugh.
Wait, in
with
all
his mate.
seriousness, though, can we actually try and answer this question?
Oh, yeah,
How
sorry.
many?
So that's what I'm saying. What's
Okay.
besides sledging? Because like, is
Okay,
it-
so what this person's asking in Metro League,
Yeah.
if there's a good team and how they beat them,
yes,
and they can't do it with the ball clearly,
there's
so
a
they're
smart
trying
ass
to think of
answer
other
coming.
ways.
Yep.
Oh my god,
Make them forfeit.
this question sums up Metro. How can you beat a team with anything else other than the ball?
I could tell you what, bro. Pro players beat teams without the ball. What are you talking
get-
about?
Yeah, but
100%
like
advantage,
again,
but-
like your percentage chances of doing that, like you actually need to score goals.
Are we going to
first.
help him or tell him to fuck
Yeah,
himself?
yeah. To be fair,
I'm actually just trying to put some reality into it. Like, mate, if you maybe get some better players.
But we sell dreams here. So
Okay.
yeah.
get with the. You got the suit on.
Can we
All right,
sign
pitch
people?
it.
Like what's?
Okay, another great thing. Thank you, Gavin, you genius. The best thing you can do in Metros is get your mate who plays State 1 and put him under Chris and let him play. Because we did that shit.
I've heard about Di Maria doing that
Under
when he
Chris.
was playing at Rosario. That he would go play for his mate's team, score all the goals under someone else's name, and then he
Were
got
they dumb? They didn't know who Di Maria was?
yeah.
Wait,
this
isn't
is
it crazy that
This is a
Di-
shit question.
Real
Do
young.
another one.
Hey, isn't it crazy that
Fuck,
Di
you
Maria
guys aren't
scored the
good at
winning
it.
goal in the 2008 Olympic final in Beijing? We're in 2020. We're in 2024.
Yeah, wow.
Well, Ronaldo record, isn't it?
Good stat.
Playing 6 euros.
At what age should you? At what age should you know what 100% is your position? A lot of young ballers never give an exact answer.
That's a good question.
I have a rough age, I'd say. I'd say 16 for me. It can change, but a lot of young ballers say when I was younger, like under 16s, even under 18s, I was a striker. Then I, gradually moved back. But if you're playing at a top level, I'd say by 16 you have a rough idea of what area of the pitch you're playing in.
Can I say this right?
I've got
actually
an interesting take
I
on
watched a
this.
2-hour lecture from Bielsa, and he was talking about this, and he was saying his whole thing was that the game takes you to different positions, and the game rewards you for not being specialised for one position. So he is saying you should be able to play in almost every part of the field and be able to play in different positions. And he used Brazil as the example, and he goes, okay, who's a better left back, Marcelo, or who's the other one?
Luis freaking
Yes.
long hair from Atletico. Is this back in the day or is this now?
Chelsea.
Felipe Luis.
Felipe
Felipe
Luis.
Luis, yeah.
And then Dani Alves and
Danilo.
I can't remember who. Anyways, he uses the second 11 right back, left back as an example, and the first 11 right back, left back. He goes, which one is better left back and right back? And it's the second 11 right and second 11 right back.
Yeah, okay.
But because they're able to move in different parts of the position, the different parts of the field, they can play high, they can play inside, they can play as centre back almost. Like they can handle themselves all over the park. They get rewarded for that. And he said that
Can I
as a
just...
footballer, you
I-
should be
yeah.
able to play in different positions.
But doesn't sometimes too much versatility... This is just me being devil's advocate. Doesn't sometimes too much versatility... it hinders your chance to nail down a position.
there was a saying we had in Adelaide, the Sally's gap filler. You never want to be that player.
You never want to be that player.
Yeah,
right?
like being versatile is good, but I think at like 14, because your position can always change, right? Like systems are changing, shit's changing.
Yeah.
Like Trent Alexander-Arnold's got to be the only person that's gone from fullback through his professional career into the midfield. Like usually you end up coming back to a fullback, but he's gone the other way. But I reckon by like 14, 15, you should be wanting to train your game to where you enjoy the most. Where you end up is out of your selection.
Fair.
This is actually a great point, bro, because I feel like the experience of playing football is so much different if you're playing right back or let's say centre back compared to the game of striker. How much more enjoyable football is if you're a striker or a winger or a 10 in comparison to playing as a centre back. It's a whole different game.
I feel like
80%, you're right. But then you might get a psycho who just their favourite thing to do is clatter people. But for the most part, you're right.
But then it's different. It's even like if you're a midfielder, right, and you've played midfield for so long, and then your coach puts you as a right back, it's kind of like, damn, this is a totally different world.
Yeah, it's like you've got to. That's where the mentality of a footballer comes in, because you, one, either have to accept it, and two, you're most probably going to be the fucking best fullback on the ball that can, go inside and go forward and do things. But
You say 14, 15. How old do you say?
I don't think there's really a right or wrong. I think
just a rough,
little bit older.
But that would be my gauge. Like you probably want to experience everything, and then that's when you make a decision. But you got to go for enjoyment.
I'd say 16-ish.
Yeah, I'd say 16, that if someone asks you, you're able to tell them which is your most...
Yeah.
Like I
Your
feel like
best
it's not common, but it has
most
happened where like a player's played all his juniors this position and then makes his debut at a different position.
Well, do you know what's-
But it's not common.
See, 16 to me is like that's a pointy end of like shit can start happening then. So if you don't know where you are,
Yeah, I think it's important to say where you're most effective.
Yeah, I'm also speaking about like, and I wanted to bring up this point. I want to ask a lot of younger boys like, what position do you play? They'll say a region. They don't say a specific thing. They'll say, midfielder.
But that's because of the way the game is played.
but that's what I would
also.
say. If someone asked me where do I play, I say I'm a midfielder
I know,
because I
but
can play 6, 8, or 10.
well,
Likewise,
I'm saying the older you get, that position may get more refined. So like you might say, I'm a 10 rather than.
What about if you're asking kids in Holland, they will respond with numbers.
Yeah, they would say, I play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
How crazy is this?
What an accent!
How crazy it is
All
also
the players at the World Cup,
Plays at the World Cup,
they come here to perform.
different positions.
that even the numbers change in different countries.
Yeah. What are the equivalents in South America in Argentina?
So like a 5, what's a 5 here?
Is
DM.
Five's
For
a
me.
left back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're a DM
Left back.
in Arj.
Because we adopted. I'm looking at it from the Holland. I'm looking at it from the Holland
what do you mean,
formula.
Holland? Isn't everywhere 5 and 2 as centre back?
Nah, 3 and 4.
Or 6 and 2?
3 and 4.
6 here is DM.
Six in here in
here is
England.
Where
Yes.
in Argentina, it's your DM.
Yes.
It's your 5.
So
Well, historically
is it not just
speaking-
opposite? Is the
Yeah.
5 not inside for the rest
So
of the
what's a
world?
3?
And 6 as a centre back?
I'm talking like on the Johan Cruyff fucking board. 3 and 4 is centre backs. Like obviously a 3
Is
is.
it?
Yeah, because it goes
Really?
2, 3, 4, 5.
So
On the
I
back
grew
four.
up.
I
I grew
didn't
up.
know that.
I grew
I
up.
thought it was.
That's
I grew up
that's how
right
when
back.
I played for the national
or
team.
four.
No, I grew
Left
up.
back.
When I
left
played for
back
the national
3.
team, you knew by the number whether
Yeah.
you were fucking starting
Yeah.
or whether
Yeah.
you were in the sticks.
Yeah. Well, I
Unless
knew
you're Phil
it was 3 left back, 2 and 6 centre backs, 4 your right back.
Yes.
6 as a centre
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yes.
11 your winger,
Always trying to be different.
8, 5, and
Go cry over
11.
Argentina again.
maybe 7.
I like
In
those
and
numbers.
out.
Those
you're
numbers
10,
better.
sorry.
Wing?
You're 10.
Is
Yeah?
11, no? Left
Yeah.
wing 11?
Yeah. Then 7 on the other side.
Yeah.
5 as your
Wait,
DM.
is the 10 a 10 or is the 10 a winger?
10's a 10.
10.
But if the Argentina would be mad if they made the left winger the 10 or whatever, like Messi.
And then you're number 9 up top.
Yeah.
Hold on. Am
No,
I
I
wrong?
mean, that's much
Sorry.
of a muchness
I know
here,
we're
man.
going around in circles. But
And what
in the
about-
rest of
oi.
the world, is it not...
I've got no money.
Is it not 6... Is it not...
fried chicken and gravy at 1 a.m. in a car park. He's taking the fucking piss.
Boys, shall we go for dinner after?
Boys, let's help him.
Honestly.
Hey, he's going to his
I'm going to cook.
Hey, he's going to his glove. He's going to his glove box, but looking for the $15 discount.
I don't know. I'm sorry. This has come back. What were you going to say? Sorry, because you're going to
I
make
was
a
just
good
going to
point.
ask, is it not, for the rest of the world, 6 is a 6?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And then it's 5 and 2 centre-backs. No? Is that
It
not
depe-
correct?
You know what it is?
100%, bro. It's not.
It depends on the formation, I guess.
in parts of Europe, no.
Because you could have 2 holding midfielders.
That might be South America, but like 100% the Dutch system's definitely not that.
I've got a question too, because still... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Bro, how about how much you want a good number? Like when you're a young kid and you see like a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or a 9, and then you come into the squads.
What were you at Victory?
And you
16.
bruh.
16. It's okay.
I remember.
I went to
Alright.
Wanderers 22.
Do you know what?
Last
Hey,
signing of the
do you know what?
22's mad, bro.
Do you know what my
22 was
first?
actually decent.
Yeah.
I like
Do you know what my
22
first
in
A-League
thing is
number was,
local.
bro? Do you remember what it was at Gold Coast? Bro, they gave me 11.
That's my favourite number of all
I was like a
time.
number 8. They gave me 11. I was like, bro, I'm going to play like Mesut Ozil or some shit.
11's my favourite
Then I
number.
went to Adelaide and got 19.
19's still good. Hey,
19's
Nah, 1 plus
19
9 is 10.
19 is terrible, bro.
19's... You're
Are you
out of...
19?
Messi was 19.
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal, Giroud, Mount. When Mount was topping...
wait,
Lamine
sorry.
Yamal was barely alive when I was wearing it, so that's not a flex. Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry.
19's all right. If I had a
19 means you're out of the squad, but just kind of there.
No, 19 Lecky had it, and then like 1 plus 9 was 10. So it was
Bro,
like a good number in
sorry.
Adelaide, but it's
19
dust.
means that on game day, you're at home eating Macca's.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you cunts think. 19's good.
Yeah.
Famous
I've got these.
footballers
Rashid.
with
Much living his
19.
yesterday.
Bro, you can search any
That's
number
why,
and find
that's
it.
why he loves it.
Hey, Jerome.
Oh,
You
okay.
just described his yesterday.
I'll just... Okay. Dwight York, Cambiaso, Diego...
Luka Modric wasn't he?
Luka Modric, Diego Costa, Mario Götze,
Yeah, on their first season.
Yeah.
But hold on.
Santi
bro.
It's a first
Cazorla.
season number. It's
Shut
a
up,
first
Gav.
season
You don't know
number.
football.
No,
Messi.
you know why it's
19.
popular? It's 1 plus 9 is 10.
Jack Wilshere, Leroy Sané, Marcus Rashford, Sadio Mane.
Bro, it's a good number because what happens is
It's a
the player
first season
comes in,
number.
it's their first number
Yeah.
that they get in the team, and then they
Yeah.
go, "This is cool. It's kind of different." It's not a good number, bro.
Yeah.
It's not a desired
It's a first
number.
season number.
Some people like
19.
Okay.
You know what I thought?
I'll tell you why numbers don't matter
19,
anymore.
bro.
I'll tell you why numbers don't matter anymore. Who's Chelsea's number 10 right now?
Mudrik.
Thank you.
Who?
Mudrik.
It's Mudryk.
What's wrong with him?
Those two won't even know who he is.
Wow.
I know who he is because he's on the social media a lot.
Oh, bro, he's
got
a
the
good
best
player. He's
butterfly
beautiful.
hat.
He's a good
He's
player. No, he's a
beautiful.
good player.
Beautiful to watch.
Better than who's
not- he's-
19, bro.
19. I reckon I
For
could get
Chelsea.
19 at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be Mount.
Yeah, Mason Mount.
Yeah. Now look at him.
I actually don't know. Chelsea.
my fuck-
Too many players.
Not
bro. I
my
can't keep
fucking
up with
problem.
them.
He's shit. Fuck Mount.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you
Sorry.
a Chelsea fan?
Hunt, like die hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's wrong?
No, I was gonna. I want to open
hell,
up.
bro.
Wait, can I leave? Can I give you a statistic?
Yeah, always.
No, but it doesn't mean anything because Chelsea have had a very competitive last 24 years. But Chelsea have had 22 full-time managers since the year 2000.
Yep.
Liverpool have had 22 in their 132-year history.
Oh, I'm aware of that.
Isn't that amazing?
It is wild. Yes.
You can actually search that. That's fucking fact.
We
Well,
started.
it might be 21 or 22 Liverpool, but
we
Chelsea,
started
yeah.
the whole quick firing thing, and now so many clubs do it. But we
even
started it.
Even so, when you look like the last 20 years of Chelsea, despite its volatility, like fucking good trophy
It
cabinet
works.
still.
It works
Yeah.
for us. It works for us, not everyone.
Well, I don't know, bro, because the Poch thing is what made me look into this, and I was like, why has he gone? And why is Maresca going to stay if Poch is gone for that reason?
Because our owners are stupid Americans.
So why the fuck did that guy take the job when he's just got a team in the Premier League?
Maresca, why did he take it? Because you can't turn down Chelsea.
Yes, you can. Potter should have done it.
You can't, though.
Bro, you might win a championship, and then what? You're fucked.
But it's just the money. It's the London lifestyle. Like, there's so many things that play into it. You get to coach better players.
Maybe.
And
but
they
like,
always...
surely by now...
Bro, managers are egotistical. They think, I'm going to be the one that changes
Well,
it.
I reckon the likes of like De Zerbi and other potential candidates turned it down.
I don't want that cunt anyway. He's shit.
De Zerbi, you reckon?
He's so overrated. So overrated.
How?
Potter was better at Brighton than he was.
Yeah, Potter was elite.
But
Who do we think is going to victory? We heard. I put a post up.
I
yesterday.
heard, yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Fuck!
3.
Are we done
We
3
hit
hours?
3. Good boy,
Come on!
Give us a Jeromes.
Have we actually done 3 hours?
That's
me, bro.
11 and 2.
Bro, do we have like
serious
some
place.
energy refuel in here?
We're about to finish. We're going to go all get dinner.
Let's go.
Fuck, bro, that's all good.
I needed
If
it an hour and a half ago.
Oi, listen, if Victory get Kisnorbo, no, man.
I put up a thing on my Instagram story saying, "What do we think about this?" And there's a lot of hate going.
It's
towards
so
it.
silly.
I don't know Paddy Kisnorbo, but he seems like
Neither do
a
I.
very loyal, proud kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would go, but at the end of the day,
Look at Rudan. Look at fucking...
like why he left them, makes so much sense. As if you're not going to go coach in League One and have that challenge. And also, have you watched the all access things they did last year? Bro, watch the one on Paddy Kisnorbo and Melbourne City. He was like out on a Sunday, like at a...
Obsessed.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
Very much like he reminded me of Pep.
Yeah.
Like he's out at a park with his trainer.
Yeah.
And they're doing spacing with players and there's no one on the fucking field. They're in Carlton.
but
You
No,
see
sorry,
Pep with
sorry.
the NBA, and he's like, he's telling the coach how
And then
to...
the coach has come out and said, Pep helped us win the championship with transition with players. I'm like, how the fuck has he helped you?
Bro, Pep was on
win-
the court telling the NBA coach, and they...
serious?
No way.
I swear there's a video of
Are
it.
you
Can you do the hand movements again?
Yeah, he's like, you have to play the ball in the side.
One in the side when the
And
corner
the
comes
coach
in,
is
put
like,
the finger and goal.
The coach is like,
Can we
don't
create...
have that many
We don't kick
players.
the ball.
We don't have 11
Can we
players,
create...
sir.
I'll be the Boston Celtics coach and I want you to be Pep with your advice right now, okay?
With the Metro.
Okay.
I love what you're
side.
doing. I love what you're doing so far. But you have to give the ball to the other side to Luka Doncic so he can play the ball over the top.
Okay. God bless Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what it would have been. God bless you, man. I appreciate the help.
It's like,
But he then came out and said they listened to his tactics and it worked.
yeah, like I find that hard to believe.
Yeah,
That's a bit of a-
That's...
Like, how does it translate?
I'll do it again then.
Why did he start from up here?
Sometimes it goes over here, bro.
Oh, mate.
That was the player that was playing with
Hey,
Jake.
But you know what? That kind of stuff, my perspective on these kind of
You don't believe him.
hyper-professional people and obsessed people has forever been changed because I heard a story about a professional player that had a cameraman following him around and he would go up to a whiteboard. This is a professional player in the A-League, by the way, at some point. He would go up to a whiteboard and pretend that he's looking at tactics and come back to his cameraman and be like, did you get that? It's good? Yeah, okay, nah, different angle. Okay, you come from that side.
He also fake called over a player. Like, hey, come here, I need to show you something.
So, and this is a true story. So my perspective on
I
that...
need to hear this off camera.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what it is.
so I saw a video of, who was it? It was Thiago Silva doing that. He's at home, he's got a computer set up, and he's going like this, and
I'm
I'm
about
like,
to-
this is a setup, bro.
Okay.
This is a setup.
It's not with
that's
Thiago
like-
Silva.
That's
It's like the boy doing his homework and they say he's still in school. He's not at school.
Okay, teacher's aide.
I don't hang out with those guys.
I think Thiago Silva would do that. Seems like that type.
Nah. No way.
You've not played in the Prem and you're 39 years old. Sitting
He's
at your
going
wife.
home.
bro,
He's going
you're
home
at-
thinking, "Where's me missus and the kids?"
Bro, he's having fried chicken gravy. He's on the couch.
Oh, it's all
feet
good.
up,
You
doing
know
nothing,
more
bro.
about Chelsea and Thiago Silva than I do. All good.
I feel so.
Bro, you don't know what he's doing at home.
Yes, I do.
Can I? I'm so sorry with the 3 hour
Let's go
time.
4. Fuck it.
Can I just understand? Remember how he said the guy's gone, "Hey, bro, the canteen's closed." He's walked outside, and there's a bunch of salads just out there. Outside, by the way, salads just appeared from nowhere on cars and shit. And he goes, don't give me that. And then he goes, just give me some fried chicken and gravy. Like there was fucking food outside the canteen just prepared.
There was.
How the fuck did that arrive? Like there was food in the canteen, they've closed it. All of a sudden now it's outside and it's a different menu?
Yes.
How?
I don't know, but I said, who provided this? And they said, oh, so-and-so's chicken shop. They said, because it's an Albanian night, free food, whatever you want.
So there was, I
That's
still don't
culture.
understand.
Hey, let's go to the next watching party at Thunder if they've got one.
Well, they'll probably have one for the next game, no?
Or just any NPL
Albania-
team.
Cool,
that
Chelsea, ole, ole, cool Chelsea. You should have been there, fucking fake club legend.
How funny is that, bro? Last night, Gavin goes in the group. He goes, can't believe Jerome's at Thunder, and he goes, you fucking should be here.
You're technically
pissed
stealing
off.
contract. Like what?
Oh,
I still had fun though, but I'm used to it. Like Fed Square for the Matildas, for the Socceroos, Lygon Street. No one wants to come with me.
No,
I
it's
usually
good,
just
man.
fucking
The
go
World
back
Cup
and
Australian
fight.
football, good stuff.
World Cup final.
Wait, this is
At
Albanian
Crown.
football, actually, isn't it?
But I knew it was going to be lit because Opta Sport was
He's trying
there.
to be politically correct, and he's
Hey.
realised that you've gone.
Oh,
to
I'm
an
not.
Albanian-
If there's one country I'm not, if there's one country I'm not dissing, it's them. That's all I'm going to
No,
say.
he's just up the point.
The best is a political correctness attempt stuff up. That's the best thing ever.
Yeah. That's what he
It's
was
the
just trying to
best
say.
thing.
Good, you're supporting Australian football, but hey,
That's
that
all
would
you
have
had to
been.
say.
Is there going to be another one at the club?
I'm assuming that I'm assuming that against Spain they would have one, but then if they make it to the next round, that'll be huge. Because the top three make it from each group, so there's a very high chance Albania could progress. Because Croatia, no, it's not looking good for them. And Italy's going to...
What, top three from each group go through?
Yeah.
Where's Rakitic, man?
He's done. He's done. He's done.
He's actually still. Is he still pro bowling? He was at Sevilla, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Probably. He's probably a Thunder. All right.
How did
Playing
we?
as Crow.
When we finished my thing about my career, we literally rounded up, and somehow we've gone from whatever that time would be.
Chicken and gravy.
We've gone an extra hour. I'm so hungry for that, bro. I'm starving now.
I'm hungry to talk business with you. So, guys, this is actually a goated episode. Let's be real.
If anyone
good
is
start.
still watching,
Hey,
No, they'll be watching. Fuck them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
okay.
When the fuck
He's-
did that?
he's in
Bro,
Saudi.
we could do this all fucking night, man.
So, Jake, talk to me about.
Wait,
any
can
more
you give me
questions?
one
Do we
thing
need
to
two?
give you a take on? That's what I thought we were doing. And then you asked a question about Metro 7s, how they should...
the
how they
Matilda,
should
let's test you. The Matildas crowd being quiet. Go.
that.
Oh, you got to think on the spot, man. Whatever.
Matilda's, when was the crowd quiet?
The other friendly. They had a friendly against China.
Well, don't go to the game if you're going to be quiet.
Oh, you two are really
Go
two
watch
peas in a
tennis.
pod.
that's exactly what I
Go
said.
watch tennis, bro.
Exactly what he said.
Why would you go to a game and not be quiet? And like,
All right, can
Not
I ask you?
supportive.
I'll take your take on the Wanderers documentary, the whole thing of police enforcing soccer fans to basically not be soccer fans. The hooliganism of soccer fans.
what's he laughing at? Why is that the most evil
Because
laugh?
you're thinking of a smart answer, but it's meant to be.
Well, no, it's people that don't go and watch their own sports as well. I mean, you go to that. I've been to AFL games and I've seen more violence in some of those seats and cricket games than you ever see in soccer sports. The problem is soccer sports make the front news, and it's also a cultural thing where I don't want to use the term racism or anything like that, but
Wogs.
it's a cultural ambush of people experiencing things that if you go to a game in fucking Europe, it is completely prevalent in everything that they do. No one condemns violence. Violence, yeah, maybe still happens, but I beg to differ that it doesn't happen in some of the other sports that we're watching. I just think, yeah, the thing that happened in the derby, like that stuff will stay with anyone that watches it. It's insane. It's hard to watch, you know. I don't know if that was a fucking hard one, bro.
Just have a moment of silence.
For who?
Just for the A-League fans.
I don't think we need an extra minute on the pod.
Nah,
And what are you having for dinner tonight?
chicken and gravy. Whatever the fuck you want. Guys, go to Dep. Fuck knows how I'm going to edit it. We'll do it somehow. Suited and booted. Jake, Unlaced. Go check out Unlaced. Go subscribe.
The Unlaced Podcast.
The Unlaced
Handles,
Podcast.
Yes, love you guys. If you're still here, fucking give yourselves a pat on the back.
Give yourselves a pat on the back.
Treat yourself to some Maccas tonight or some
Yeah,
shit.
go
bro.
get some chicken and
You
gravy.
deserve it. You chicken and gravy.
Suited and booted, man.
Bro, we should do chicken and gravy reviews.
Cut the mics because it was really bad. The chicken and gravy.